We bring you images and videos of what's out there. But one thing that you may not have come across is what space actually sounds like.
Okay, so this was first unveiled in May. A repost is now going viral.
For centuries, there's been a misconception that there is no sound in space until now.
Turns out that's because most of space is a vacuum. But over the weekend, NASA released
unveiled audio of a galaxy cluster with so much gas in it, they picked up actual sound from a black hole.
Fair warning, the sound is a little eerie. And with that, I think I am ready to head back to Earth.
Ooh, otherworldly. NASA shared this 34-second clip.
All right, that's pretty cool, but it's also kind of eerie.
Yeah. What is the significance of it?
Well, it means that black holes are no longer science fiction, that we can actually see these things in outer space, measure them. It's an object so dense that even light itself cannot escape. So how can sound escape when even light itself cannot escape? What you're actually listening to is vibrations created by the black hole rippling through the gas cloud. These vibrations are then picked up on the planet Earth, massaged by a computer, amplified by 57 octaves, boosting it so that we can hear it with the ear. If you want to, quote, see a black hole tonight, go outside, look in the direction of Sagittarius. That's the center of the galaxy. In Sagittarius, there is a black hole, weighs 2 to 4 million times the mass of our sun, and we on the Earth are actually moving around that black hole. And you can see it tonight in the constellation of Sagittarius. So this is not just science fiction anymore. We can actually see these things. We can actually, quote, hear these things if you boost the signal, of course.
That's a little spooky, though, don't you think?
Well, yeah, it sounds horrible, but
very fascinating.
The last thing before we go tonight, fifth rock from the sun. Earth got you down? Me too. Well, let's venture into the cosmos for a breather.
And now to some new pictures that have been released by NASA showing our largest planetary neighbor, Jupiter, in unprecedented detail.
Okay, so NASA is releasing new images of Jupiter.
Yeah, and researchers found more than they expected. Take a look. So the images show everything from auroras around Jupiter's poles to a clear view of that great red spot. That's a storm big enough to swallow the Earth. So
glowing light shows or auroras dancing at the poles, faint rings, and 2 of the planet's many moons standing out against a backdrop of glittering galaxies.
It's fair to say some of these images have pretty much knocked the socks off some of the scientists. They're all saying James Webb is performing even better than expected. It's just unprecedented, the level of detail and the clarity of these images.
Hubble's more powerful successor, the James Webb, was launched into orbit in December. And since the summer, it's been sending back extraordinary images of the universe. Over the years to come, the telescope will be peering ever further back in time.
This is incredible. Think about that.
You have me excited.
We're going back to creation itself. The Webb is a time machine. We're talking about pictures of the earliest galaxies and stars formed almost 200 million years after the Big Bang itself. So we're talking about going back to creation, back to when the universe was a baby.
You know, the images that you see are great, but the amount of detail that's in these images astounded us. When we saw what it did, in only 12 hours, we knew in our hearts that whatever's out there, we're going to see it. So when you think about it, it's possibly, you know, addressing 2 of the most fundamental questions in astronomy. How did it all begin? And are we alone?
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. If I can be heard, give me a Yahoo up in the chat. If I can be heard by my beautiful family, give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Let's work. We're here to work. We're here to work. Let me know if I can be heard in the chat real quick, and let's go ahead and throw down. Y'all see the title? Y'all see the title? It's going down. Part 93, Nazarene edition, going over the Creator's witnesses of light. The higher law raised up in every nation. Raised up in every nation. Yeah, let's work. Let's work. Let's work. All right, to get started, we're going to go ahead and go over a few, a quick rehash over, and then we're going to jump some more into it. We're going to show. We're going to show. You understand? Pockets of brotherhood / sisterhood all over this earth. People who didn't even know each other but were contemporary, meaning they lived during the same time periods, teaching the same exact thing, inspired by totally different angels working for the Creator, but speaking the same exact understanding. The higher law. All right, or the higher Torah, if you want to put it that way. A lot of us put a lot of stock into what's written down, like the written Torah. We be ready to condemn folks, stone them, kill them, live and die by it, right? But there's a higher Torah or a higher law, or the Creator's Torah, or the Creator's instruction that great men like Yahshua HaMashiach taught, Moses, Abraham. You understand? And then there's other brothers who wasn't from that area. You understand? All the way from the Americas over to India, over to China. You understand? You got brotherhoods of light, sisterhoods of light. And they all stuck by the same code. All right. And this is what Messiah came to teach. This is what it was so revolutionary. They had to murder this man. You understand? Well, we're going to get into it a little taste. Let me shout y'all out in the chat real quick, and let's work. Let's go ahead and work and get her done. Get her done. Oh, wait. Okay, let's work. Let's work. Who I got up in here? Yourself, the Nazarene, my beloved brother. You already know, right? Bless up. Bless up. Bless up. That's my D.C., Maryland brethren. Are you Shia Ben Israel, my dirty South brethren? Birmingham, Alabama. Bless up, right? You already know. Salute to the God, Sila Shalom, another dirty South brethren of mine. You dig? Coming out of the ATLGA, peace to the God, Sila Shalom. Y'all go check our bro out, man. Dropping some major daggers. Major league daggers in the building. Blessings to YAH'KI. Who I got in the building? YAH'KI, Dreaded Nazir, my brother from California. Blessings, I create a gang. That's right. Bring them, we raise them. It's the family, that's the movement. Another dirty South brethren, my brother from Florida, currently living in the GA right now. My brother Stephen Atoya Moore. Bless up, King. Bless to you and your family and your new seed that's on the way, brother. Bless up. Ema set apart living TV. Ema Ahuba But Yah. You already know. You already know, sister, with all the recipes. Our eldest sister, City of Compton. City of Compton. Bless up. Bless up. Blessing to you, Ema. Stephen, spiritual light shot. The hardest working Hebrew in existence. Bless up, YAH'KI. You already know. My beloved sister, Aviyah Hadassa'el. Is Hebrew our language or Aramaic? Oh, wait. Did we take the language of Phoenician, or is Sumerian / Akkadian our real language? If you're talking about Hebrew and you're talking about what we call Paleo Hebrew, and some brothers call it Lashawan Kodash, or whatever these brothers are calling it now, you dig? That the so-called Hebrew is Phoenician in origin. Meaning by the time, let me move over a little bit. Meaning by the time Abraham even got into the land of Canaan, that language was already spoken, written, it was already in stone. All right, Abraham spoke more of a, what they call cuneiform writing. You dig? So the language of Hebrew was spoken by the Phoenicians, aka the Canaanites, written, spoken, and was already in stone by the time Abraham got to what we call the land of Canaan. They was already speaking that language and that dialect. You understand? That's easily verifiable and documented. You understand? So Abraham wasn't originally speaking Hebrew. All right, he was speaking the language of what they call Sumer. Some of them call Samaria. You understand? Some of them call it Chaldea. You understand? But that's more of a cuneiform, and we have that language in stone. You know, it's almost like the language of the stars. Almost, it looked like it's hieroglyphic, but it's like a whole bunch of star code frequencies. If you ask me, that's what it looked like to me. All right, so Abraham was speaking that his native tongue before he got into the land of Canaan. In the land of Canaan, who historically the Canaanites or the Phoenicians, they was already speaking that. You understand? So, yeah, and Aramaic is just a different dialect of Hebrew. It's almost the same. You dig? But that's the language Yahshua and them would have been speaking, is more Aramaic. All right. Hope that helped you question, my beloved sister. Bless up and blessings to your family. Abundant blessings, prayers of healing and all that. Bless up. Dwayne Samuel Hosey in the building. My professional athlete brethren, Omaha, Nebraska. Y'all Google our brother, man. He'll pop right up. Y'all. I see y'all in the building. All right. My art. Another one of my YAH'KI. Another YAH'KI of mine. Prince Yehuda Levi. My beloved brother. Bless up. Isaac W. Bless up. I see you, Akrati bless up. John Kidd, Kila, bless up. Eliyahu, YAH'Yahu, bless up. Peace to the Essene, Fake This Family, Creative Game, man. Tell me about it. It's going down. It's going down. All right, let me share some of this real quick with y'all. All right, we here to eat. I mean, y'all come on here to see us sweat, don't you? See us work. See us work. I ain't come over here to see us play around. You tiptoe through the tulips. You understand? Exchanging smooth soliloquies. Nah. That ain't what y'all tune in for. Y'all tune in to see what's really going on, right? That's going to what's really going on. I want to show a little something real quick. I'm going to touch briefly on this. This right here is called the Essene Gospel of Peace. Let me go ahead and blow my screen. Y'all can see what's going on here. Essene Gospel People. This is book 3. The Lost Scrolls of the Essene Brotherhood. All right, those it calls it Brotherhood. All right, and the Essenes and this knowledge that they had was not just bound to what you know, the Judean wilderness. The Creator has established brotherhoods of light all over this earth. You dig? When we travel, we're supposed to be linking up. All right, this right here is the beginning of that. It says, now we have proudly separated ourselves from nature, and the spirit of Pan is dead. Now, what is going on with that? Edmund Bardo Sazeki, who translated the Essene Gospels of Peace, 4 volumes. He didn't write them, it came through him. He translated that deal. All right. But this is him talking right here. It's letting it be known that we done separated ourselves from nature, all right, or creation. Everything that has life, that has the living instruction or the living law or the higher law of Creator in it. All right. So in other words, to know the instructions of Creator, you don't need any book. If you learn how to study his creation, you'll be right in sync with him. So Edmund Bardo Sazeki, all right, the one who translated the Essene Gospel of Peace, all 4 volumes. He didn't author it, he translated it. All right, he got his own books he authored, but he didn't author this. He letting it be known right here before book 3 that we done proudly separated ourselves from nature. And the spirit of Pan is dead. What you mean Pan? What does he mean by that? Pan. We got Peter Pan. What is we talking about? Pan? What is we really talking about? All right. To really understand where Pan is and what Pan is, you need to get into some deeper studies. All right. Owaspi goes into what Pan is, when it was around, and what happened when it was sunk. And to this day was left as evidence of that. Just look up the Ring of Fire. Look up the Ring of Fire in the Pacific Ocean. That's the sunken continent of Pan. That's right on the ocean floor in the Pacific. All right. Men's souls are scattered beyond the hope of unity, and the sword of formal creed sharply separates them everywhere. All right. To live in harmony with the universe made life the performance of a majestic ceremony. Y'all hear that? To live in unity or harmony with the cosmic laws of the universe made life the performance of a majestic ceremony. Yeah, to live against it was to creep aside into a cul-de-sac. You crawl off into your own little corner somewhere. Smell your own breath, right? Yet even now, whispers of change are stealing over the face of the world once more. Absolutely. Like another vast dream beginning, man's consciousness is slowly spreading outwards once again. Some voice from the long ago is divinely trumpeting across our little globe. To that voice, I dedicate this book. That's Edmund Bardu Sazeki, but knows what he's saying. We have separated ourselves from nature. And the spirit of Pan is dead. And we are supposed to be living in harmony with the cosmic laws of the universe. And that makes life the performance of a majestic ceremony. To not be in harmony with the cosmic laws of the universe is for man, whether it's a single man, individual man, or mankind, to crawl off into a cul-de-sac somewhere, into your own corner, and basically die, smell your own breath. You see, change is here. All right. Everybody's starting to understand that the shackles and things that religion have for us can't hold us. All right. I'm going to read a little bit of this right here. This is the preface, or what they call a preface. Book 3 of the Essene Gospel Pieces, third book of the Essene Gospel Pieces, a collection of texts of great spiritual, literary, philosophical, and poetical value created by two powerful interwoven streams of tradition. See that? Look at this. This is a collection of texts. All right. Great spiritual, literary, philosophical, and poetical value. All right. Created, don't forget that, by two powerful interwoven streams of tradition. Chronologically, the first is the stream of traditions, in the stream of traditions to which the Hebrew people were exposed in the Babylonian prison. Yeah, because we were quote unquote what? In bondage or captivity to the Babylonians. Roughly 606 before the Common Era down to like 536 before the Common Era. So this is saying the traditions that we picked up on for our 70 years in prison, we picked up on a lot of Babylonian and a lot of Persian and a lot of different things was picked up on. Just like you living here in the Americas for hundreds of years. You understand? Now you's a thug, you's a jack boy, you understand? You one of them guys, because it's impossible to be in bondage, to be in this fiery furnace, you understand, and not have the traditions of the people that you are around rub off on you. It's impossible. All right? Look at this. It says right here, dating from the Gilgamesh epics to the Zen Avesta of Zarathustra. That's another name right there. That if you really dig deep down, you understand who Zarathustra is and what he taught. And I'm not talking about the ones that come later and then poison the doctrine and understand the same way they did with Yahshua. Come later on and poison his understanding, his teaching, switch up images, and when the dust settles, you got something totally against the Creator and totally against his creation. You see that? The second is the stream of traditions flowing with poetical majesty through the Old and New Testaments, dating from the ageless Enoch, Canuk, and other patriarchs through the prophets and on to the mysterious Essene Brotherhood. All right. All right. I'll let y'all read some of that when y'all get a chance to. I'm going to keep going because there's something else I want to show y'all. All right. There go Edmund Bardo. I'm going to keep going. This is the introduction right here. Show y'all. Creator has raised up witnesses to his light in all of creation and in every nation. This is the introduction to that. All right, if y'all get some understanding so far, give me an 8 up in the chat. Give me an 8 up in the chat. Y'all know me ain't trying to lose nobody. Bless up. Shout out to all the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all too. Bless up. And that ain't just talk. All right. We send love, we send peace, and we send healing to the heart, mind, body, and spirit of all you brothers and sisters, and especially the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. We love y'all. All right. Introduction. From the remote ages of antiquity, a remarkable teaching has existed. You see? So how can we ever claim this to ourselves is what I'm saying. We got that bad, man. You know, Israel is only us. But then when you get into these Nazarene, the scene literature and all that, you start seeing, well, hold on, the brotherhood was all over the earth. They was in all the localities. They was around all the spiritual systems and systems of higher learning. They was in all that. You understand? They was against the idolatry and the chewing on animals and loin meat, and they was against all that, the warfare, slavery. You understand? So you got these brotherhoods of light, which include the sisters and all our children, you understand, living in communities around those as part of the Orthodox part of their religion. So you got those who live amongst the Brahmins, all right, or the Buddhists, and you will mistake them for Orthodox Brahmins. But until you got to know the understanding, you say, no, they live separate from them. They ain't going to war. They ain't shedding no blood. They ain't chewing on no loin meat. They ain't chewing on no booty meat. They ain't doing none of that. They straight peaceful people. They live in communities. They got all things in common. Nobody's poor amongst them. Nobody's rich amongst them. You understand? And they spend their time studying, spend their time working, not hard work, working with their hands. You understand? Developing their skills and studying the Creator's creation. These men were healers, were heavy into botany, heavily into anatomy, heavy into astronomy, the study of the astros. So they was into all that high science and all that. These was the brothers and sisters that was into that. All right, so it say this teaching that existed it says from the remote ages of antiquity. A remarkable teaching has existed, which is universal in its application and ageless in its wisdom. So this can be applied universally, and that makes sense. Why would Creator make it to where if you are not around this certain locality of the earth, it's just good riddance for you, player. Ain't nothing you can do about it. But no, if it's truth and it's all about what Creator has established, then it should be universal in its application to apply it. You feel me? Should be universal. All right. So in other words, no matter what your condition or what your situation is, you still should be able to serve and worship Creator, no matter what you're going through. No matter your ethnic what is that? Your ethnicity, excuse me. No matter your ethnicity or your race of origin. You understand? Or no matter if you a man or a woman. No matter if you rich or poor. You understand? No matter if you a genius or an idiot. You understand? Serving and worshiping Creator should be universal in its application. All right. Fragments of it are found in Sumerian hieroglyphs and on tiles and stones dating back some 8,000 or 10,000 years. Stop it. So that kills even the biblical timeline that the scholars have put down. All right, if you go back 10,000 years, y'all, we looking at what? 8,000 BCE, before the Common Era? Huh? Well, according to the scholars who put down the Hebrew chronology, the world wasn't created until 3761 BC. So you talking about what? You talking about, what is that? 5,000 years later? But this right here is saying these teachings are found on stones dating back to 10,000 years. Look at this. Some of the symbols, such as for the sun, moon, earth, water, and other natural forces, are from an even earlier age, so preceding 10,000 years, preceding the cataclysm that ended the Pleistocene period. How many thousands of years previous to that the teaching existed is unknown. If y'all really want to know about the Pleistocene period, y'all go check out my brother Cosmon Cal TV. He's very thorough when it comes down to like the history and the time and all that. Go check Ak out, subscribe to him, and support these brothers, man. All right, look at this. To study and practice this teaching is to reawaken within the heart of every man an intuitive knowledge that can solve his individual problems and the problems of the world. So all this is for our benefit. All right? Because everybody, man, woman, and child, has an intuition, an intuitive knowledge. Shout out to my sister, Deshaun LaFay, the intuitive goat. But to study and practice this teaching is to reawaken within the heart or the mind of every man. See, this is not limited to you being a Moabite or Edomite or an Israelite. All right, or your certain skin color or your certain height or whatever. All right, everyone has an intuition lying deep within them. All right, and to reawaken this understanding can solve your problems and the problems of the world. Traces of the teaching. Look at this. Traces of the teaching have appeared in almost every country and religion. Stop it. The hell are we running around here talking about? What are we talking about? We are bragging of this order, and we the Israelite. What is we really talking about? If this same teaching that Messiah taught can be found in almost every country and religion. What is we arguing about then? Ain't nothing to argue about. You understand? We got to get off this whole superiority complex, the little man syndrome. You know, the little man syndrome, Joker, the shortest Joker drive the biggest trucks. You know what I mean? Trust me, I know. I ain't the tallest brother. I'm always in a truck. But what I'm saying is, there's no need for us to be bragging and boasting about none of it. Because truth, no one can claim truth exclusive to themselves. Truth is exclusive to Creator. And he shines his light and he establishes his lines of light in different localities of the earth and raise up certain men who are capable of hearing his voice. And they go through and teach, even though the entire country may be against them, even though the kings may be against them, they raise up and teach and bring their locality of the earth out of this gross darkness. All right. It says its fundamental principles were taught in ancient Persia, all right, Egypt, India, Tibet, China, Palestine, Greece, and many other countries. But it has been transmitted in its most pure form by the Essenes, that mysterious brotherhood which lived during the last 2 or 3 centuries BCE, before the Common Era, in the 1st century of the Christian era, at the Dead Sea in Palestine and at Lake Mar-Eotis in Egypt. In Palestine and Syria, the members of the brotherhood were known as Essenes, and in Egypt as Therapeutae, or healers. You see? Well, we're seeing that this way of life, you understand, they were all about healing. They're all about teaching our people how to heal themselves. You understand? Whether it was through the botanicals, or whether it was invoking the name of Creator, or whether it was laying your hands and transmitting the spirit of healing onto somebody and in somebody, they were proactive in it. You understand? And that's a lot of brothers and sisters got to realize that you ain't got to wait for nobody to pray for you. You understand? Once you understand Creator, and you understand what it takes to be in good graces, and which is full faith and righteous work done in others. Once you understand that, you understand? Yes, you can invoke the Creator's presence. You can direct the healing. You can cast out unclean spirits and all that, and joy all in the name of the Most High. See that? So yeah, we seeing this brotherhood is all over, man. You know what I mean? We see this brotherhood is all over, and all the teachings are the same. Teachings are the same. All right. So if y'all see that so far, I mean, I can keep going with that, but you know, I just want to show y'all that even in the Essene literature, it is acknowledged that what the Essenes were teaching was already being taught all over this earth in different localities of the earth. Well, that proves that the Creator has established his light in every nation. We read up here that these teachings can be seen in stone. Look at that. Sumerian hieroglyphs. Fragments of it are found in Sumerian hieroglyphs and on tiles and stones dating back some 8 or 10,000 years. So we go back to that's 8,000 BCE. That's during the time of Zarathustra. I ain't talking about when the false gods get a hold of some and then mess it all up, and all you know is, Jesus Christ today, or, Buddha, or I'm talking about when everything was in its pure essence and form. All right. Some of the symbols, such as for the sun, moon, earth, water, and other natural forces, are from an even earlier age, preceding the cataclysm that ended the Pleistocene period. Y'all Google that. When was the Pleistocene period? I'm having a hard time saying that. When was the Pleistocene period? And letting it be known that these teachings go back even before that. Then it says how many thousands of years previous to that period, to that teaching existed? It's unknown. It's unknown. So no, this thing go back before even the biblical chronology that the so quote unquote scholars have put together. All right, this is what Yahshua was teaching about. All right, this is what Moses was teaching about. My bad, y'all. You know what I mean? This is what Moses, this is what all these brothers was teaching about. Let me show y'all something else. This right here is the Nazarene Acts of the Apostles. All right. Or the recognitions of Clement, that you see right there at the top. Now, this is Clement documenting Shimon Kepha, who the world knows as Peter the Apostle. He documented, he followed Peter around and documented his many battles. with this cat named Simon Magus, right? So in one of his breakdowns, he goes into the Brahmins. Let me show y'all that. So we do this. It's all praise to Creator. We don't take credit for anything. You understand? But look at this right here. So Peter goes into the Brahmins. All right. Now look at this. Look at this right here. It says, there are likewise amongst the Bactrians in the Indian countries. We just read where these teachings can be found in Persia, India, China, Egypt, Greece, Syria, Palestine, going all the way back before the Pleistocene period. So here is Peter in the 1st century vouching for that. Look at this. There are likewise amongst the Bactrians in the Indian countries an immense multitude of Brahmins, who also themselves from the tradition of their ancestors, and peaceful customs and laws, neither commit murder, nor adultery, nor worship idols, nor have the practice of eating animal sandwiches, animal food, or never drunk, never do anything maliciously, but always fear Creator. I know they say Elohim, but we already established, if y'all been watching any of the other videos, when it says Elohim in here, we went down to the subtitle. They show when the Simon Magus is talking about gods, and then he admits that Peter worships the Creator. So we're gonna put Creator on it. All right. It said, but always fear Creator, and these things indeed they do, though the rest of the Indians commit both murders and adulteries and worship idols and are drunken and practice other immoralities of this sort. Indeed, in the western parts of India itself, there is a certain country where strangers, when they enter it, are taken and slaughtered and eaten. Do y'all hear this? People like, it's certain parts of India, the cannibals run the town. I think about it. Here we go, just casting everybody into the same pot. You dig? Oh, he a Buddhist. Oh, he a Brahmin. And look, you never understand. Hold on. That's like he a Buddhist that follow the higher law. He ain't into the idolatry and all that. He a Buddhist that worship the Great Spirit. He's not, part of the Orthodox. All right. Okay, Brahmanism. Okay, but he's a Brahmin that follows the Great Spirit and worships the Creator. He ain't with the Orthodox. You dig? And same can be said about his Israelites. Oh no, that's an Essene, that's a Nazarene. That's an Israelite that follows the higher Torah, the higher law. You dig? He ain't with the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the scribes and them. Y'all see what I'm saying? In every locality of the earth, you got the orthodoxy that's down with the military, that's down for standing armies, that's down for bloodshed, that's down for murder, rape, incest, idolatry, adultery, chewing on loin meat, booty meat, animal sandwiches, all of it. And then you got us. That's like, no, we don't even get down. Matter of fact, we don't even live amongst them. We out here, you dig, conversing with the forces, conversing with the angels. So this right here is letting it be known that, look, you got those in all the localities that worship Creator, that's down with the Great Spirit. You dig? They may call them a different name and all that, but based off their worship and how they get down, they not with what the mainstream religion of their locality is doing, because what the mainstream religion is doing, y'all, is inspired by the false gods and deities. That's why you got to make the separation. You got to body the false gods. You dig? Yeah, I'm an Israelite, but I'm not with the Orthodox. Don't confuse me with none of them. Not at all. You dig? No, I'm with the faithists. I'm with the Nazarene, the same faithists. Yeah. I'm with them. I'm not with the Orthodox. I'm cool. I'm good on all that. But notice, there are certain spots in India where if you a stranger and you enter into that spot, you are taken and slaughtered and eaten. And neither have good stars prevented these men from such immoralities and from accursed food, nor have evil stars compelled the Brahmins to do any evil. Again, there is a custom among the Persians to marry mothers and sisters and daughters. In all that district, the Persians contract incestuous marriage. So Peter's making a distinction between those in the Indian countries that worship the Great Spirit or Creator, right? and those who don't, those who are puppets for the false gods. If y'all understand what I just read, give me a 9 up in the chat. We show making a distinction between all that. Right there in the Nazarene, Acts of the Apostles. For anybody think we making this thing up, anybody think we playing around, we not playing. You know what I mean? We're not making none of this stuff up. None of it. Cosmine Cal in the chat, he say true Brahmin praise creator only. Gang, that's right. That's right, man. I think we need to, as Israelites, you know what we need to do, y'all? You know what we need to do? We need to expand. Like it's more. We got to stop acting like there ain't more pieces to the puzzle. We run around here with a puzzle and only got 25% of it put together, and bragging like we got the whole, like we see the whole picture. We got all the pieces. No, y'all, there are pieces to the puzzle that are missing. What are we bragging for? How do you ever arrive at a place or a point in truth to where you just comfortable and content? No, there's more. You know, creator never stopped creating. Even the astrophysicists tell you that the universe is constantly expanding. That means the creator never stopped. And here we go getting comfortable and complacent, and it's all good. I know what day the Sabbath day is, nigga. Good. I don't eat no pig or sandwiches no more. I'm good. I got my fringes up, man. Look, it's way deeper than what you think. Trust and believe. It's way deeper than that. You understand? So we got to go back to the drawing board with a lot of this. What I'm saying is because we around here thinking we got every piece to the puzzle, and we know good and well we ain't even got half of it put together. Everybody know that. You ain't got half the puzzle put together. But we brag about it. And what you're going to see is brotherhoods of light, sisterhoods of light all over this earth. You understand? Men who were contemporary with each other, never met each other, but lived during the same time period, but was teaching the same thing. And what you're going to see is, y'all, it's very simple to please creator. It's simple. It ain't all that everybody got you that look. That ain't what it is. Our people are marching to the beat of the drum of the false gods and deities. All right, you better know your creator. You better know creator's characteristics and all that. You understand? Because in a minute, all the jaw jacking going off the window. Once visitation turn up, you understand? Once spiritual communion and visitation turn up, all the jaw jacking about to go out the window. All that finna go out the window. You understand? The hardest brother, yeah, in flesh, I feel you. But when that spirit get hit, when spirit hits spirit, that's a whole nother game. All right, so we ain't got too long to play around. Eventually, you're going to have to be on some, you know what? I knew it was something else that we was missing. I know it's more pieces to the puzzle. You understand? I know it is. And as we keep growing, we going to go see. All right, y'all get some understanding. I see y'all in the building. Fat Peas in the building. My Ohio brethren, bless up. My sister Anna Nails in the building. Anna Liz, my TX sister, bless up. Bless up. I see y'all in the building. All right, let me go. Yeah, you're right. What you say, Cal P? Hit dogs holler. You sure right, HICKMAN. Sure right. All right, let me show y'all something real quick. All right, I want to show y'all something. All right, so let me go hit this share real quick. Show y'all different localities of the earth, but the same understanding is going forth. All right, so what we gonna do about it? All right, we still gonna keep playing around. We're going to still keep acting like, you know what I mean? It's us and only us. Or we're going to say, hold on, man. You know, we done missed a few things concerning this. Brother, what you mean? Let me show you what I mean. All right, this right here is the gospel of the Nazarenes. All right, this is the forward. Let's see what the Nazarene Messiah was talking about. This is how we can prove what we're talking about. And then when you crack open, I speak. We crack open keys of Enoch. We crack open your rank, whatever people was reading. You know what I mean? You can rightly navigate through there and say, nope, that ain't got nothing to do with creator. Yep, there it is right there. That's all about creator. Nope, that ain't got nothing to do with creator. Yep, they got everything to do with creator. You can be a filter. You can be a spiritual filter with the information. All right. In this gospel, there is also an emphasis on the universality of truth. So truth is universal. All right. It's universal. All right. We talking about all the Israelite, this tribe, and this literature straight tell you don't even talk like that. You dig? Anybody ask you where you from, telling you represent the brotherhood, and the brotherhood surrounds and encompasses all of heaven and earth. For only a poor soul believes he's from a corner of the earth. You dig? Look at it. So truth is universal. Again, Yahshua taught them saying, Creator raises up witnesses to the truth in every nation. So one of the doctrines of Yahshua is that what he was speaking, guess what? There were witnesses of what he was saying and speaking in every nation, not just Israel. And that's why when we came out with this like a year and a half ago, a lot of the Israelites was mad at us. Because the scenario with Israel is Israel and only Israel, period. I'm using that. You want to use it?
Upstairs.
Well, do you know I'm live right now, little girl?
Yes, but I'm gonna use it upstairs.
Okay, you're gonna have to use it upstairs, but listen to me. I'm live right now. Okay? All right, so you need to be saying excuse me. Say excuse me, Abba.
Excuse me, Abba.
May I use the computer charger?
The computer charger.
How was school today? You school?
Yep.
All right, pretty baby. Handle your business. Y'all keep it down. All right. Close that door when you go back up there.
Okay.
All right, daddy, baby. Handle your business. All right, so this right here is letting it be known, even from Yahshua, that the Creator raises up witnesses to what he teaches in every nation. True about this, and every age. So that means this truth that he's teaching was being taught. True about this, not only in his time or cycle, but also in cycles and times before him and after him. It says every nation and every age, that all might know the will of the eternal and do it. You see? So before any millie mouth Negro run his mouth claiming I'm blaspheming, or I done sold out, or I done lost the light, well, what I'm reading is that the Creator raises up witnesses to the truth that Yahshua was teaching in every nation. That means not just Israel, and in every age. That means not just even in his time, right? But in time periods and cycles before him and after him. And the reason why Creator does this is why? That all might know the will of the eternal and do it. Right? You see this? So all the fat mouthing and millie mouthing makes no sense. What are we really talking about here? Really, y'all, it's a war between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. All right, and you'll know a son of light or a son of darkness not based off their nationality, not based off their height, their weight, not based off their eye color, none of that. You'll know them. You'll know either a son of light or a son of darkness, a daughter of light or a daughter of darkness, based off their behavior and based off their worship. That's how you know. That's how you know. All right, look at this. The gospel of the Nazarenes is filled with historical statements of timeless truths that are critically important guides for us to live by in both the present and future age to come. One of the most fascinating sections is a new clarification of the ancient commandments, as Yahshua is quoted to say. Look at this. Behold, a new law I give to you, which is not new but old. Hear, O Israel, the Creator is one. The Creator, the Lord Creator, or the Creator is one. Many are my sirs and my prophets. Oh, man, it says many. In me all live and move and have substance. See that? So look at this. Okay, son, that's what's up. Oh, go ahead. I mean, if you can do that, handle your business. All right, let me handle mine, though. You should worship the one eternal, unbegotten creator of whom are all things made. Bag drop. There it is right there. Yahshua wasn't telling you to worship him. You see? Now, that don't mean you won't read through the New Testament and find people worshiping him and all that, but according to the understanding, according to the teaching, He was all about establishing and reestablishing the worship of Creator in his locality of the earth, dealing with Israel. You understand? He was never telling you to worship him, ever. You should not take away the life of any creature, nor yet torment it. Y'all see that? Look at that. You don't have the right to put lay blood in the streets. You ain't got the right to go fillet animals back just because you hungry. You ain't got the right to do that. Chop off the head of an ox. You ain't got no right to do that. You should not take away the life of any creature, nor yet torment it. You ain't got no right to be out there hunting. None of it. Commandment 3. You should cherish and protect the weak, the oppressed, and all creatures that suffer wrong. Y'all see this? These are commandments. You both to cherish and protect them. Look at this. Commandment 4. You should not eat the flesh nor drink the blood of any slaughtered creature, nor yet anything which brings disorder to your health or senses. Look at that. Look at that. These are commands. This is the higher law. This is the light of Creator that Yahshua, and Yahshua, y'all, was just one of many that was teaching this. He was just one of many. And salute to Yahshua HaMashiach. Absolutely. We ain't never taken nothing from him. You understand? But notice what he's teaching. And these same teachings are found in all over the earth. You understand? Even before he came forth. You should not eat the flesh nor drink the blood of any slaughtered creature, nor yet anything which brings disorder to your health or senses. So you mean to tell me this is about health? Yes. Yes. What poisons the blood poisons your spirit, man. Huh? What charges the blood charges the spirit. Period. Yes, your spiritual well-being is predicated off your physical well-being. Absolutely. We act like we can just tear this temple up and do what we want to do, and upon death, nigga, we free. Nigga, we about to be 10,000 foot giants in the heavens. You understand? Nah, Jack, it don't work like that. There's a reason why you are commanded not to be chewing on loin meat, not to be chewing on animal sandwiches, not to be chewing on head meat, hog head cheese. Y'all remember all that? No, you're not to eat the flesh nor drink the blood of any slaughtered creature. That's off. Creator ain't never told you to do that. So if you got that commanded and you do in certain parts of the Bible, you got to ask yourself, is that Creator commanding that? Or is that a commandment of man inspired by the false gods? Look at this. You should eat the fruits and herbs of the earth, working in the law of the Torah, live long in the land. That's a commandment to eat the fruits and the herbs. That's a commandment. What are we talking about here? Look at this commandment 6. Commandment 6. You should not make impure marriages where love and health are not, nor yet corrupt yourselves in any creature. Do y'all see this? Even down to the marriage. The marriage is based off love and health. In the commandments that Yahshua is bringing forth, we done seen health twice. But you got bruised today and tell you ain't got nothing to do with no health. It actually does. Remember, your body that you carrying around is whose temple? All right. You shall revere your fathers and mothers and all the teachers of righteousness. Absolutely. All right. Salute to our sisters too. Very powerful in Creator. And what we ain't doing is put none of the sisters in bondage. And they starting to see through all you Paul-bearing Paul believers. Shout out to my Ogdarius. You Paul-bearing Paul believers. Look at this. You should not bear false witness against, nor willfully deceive any, nor yet covet or steal their goods. All right. 9. You should purify yourselves daily and rest the 7th day. All right. You shall not do unto others as ye would that others should not do unto you. So y'all see Messiah in the Nazarene Essene literature letting it be known. The understanding he brings the higher Torah or the higher law, the higher instructions of Creator. And as we go examine this, he the one that said that the Creator has raised up witnesses to the truth in every nation and in every age. Well, we're going to go read about some of that then in different nations and different time periods. And let's see if they had the same type of understanding concerning the Great Spirit. All right, even our native brothers and sisters. You understand? I'm not talking about the $5 end. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about what, like the real. You understand? The mound builders and all that. You understand? Even they'll tell you the Great Spirit. There's a universality to truth. Truth is universal. It is not exclusive just to Israel. And I know a whole bunch of Negroes just spilled their coffee, but you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right. Look at this right here. It says these ancient yet new ways of stating these timeless teachings bring a new understanding to the scriptures on which so many have based their lives. It is significant that these teachings are coming to light now, as Yeshua prophesied in this gospel. So as you keep reading, you'll notice even more, and as we keep going, I could show y'all some chapters in here, how these brothers never was chewing on animal sandwiches. You understand? How they was traveling. I could get into some of that, but I did that on a couple videos prior. So what we gonna do is make sure we keep it moving. You know what I mean? That way we got a chance to hit everything and get it done. All right, y'all get some understanding so far. Give me a 7 up in the chat. I ain't got number love for y'all brothers and sisters. Bless up. Bless up. Let me see y'all in the chat. What y'all talking about there? What we talking about? All right, bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. I see y'all. Hey, excuse me. Hey, look, I told y'all keep it down. All right, keep it down. All right, we working and we getting some understanding. And that's what it's all about. All right, these brothers wasn't chewing on animal sandwiches. I know that's hard for a lot of people to swallow. And we got so much history behind it. It's almost like for anybody to act like that we playing or that we making this stuff up. Listen, we not making none of this up. None of it. All right, so what I want to do right here, I got that out the way. Boom, boom. That's a good one too. All right, bang. I can show y'all some history real quick about how like James and them wasn't chewing on flesh. Let me show y'all some history on that real quick. Show y'all some history. The lives of illustrious men. Here we go, right here. I think there's one up right here. All right, let me share my screen. Show y'all some history real quick, and then I want to go jump in. Yeah, bro, say how the young snipers doing, man. The young snipers doing great, marvelous, brother. You understand? Matter of fact, I was just with some of them. Yeah, well, you Sister Avia, she said, I'm trying to understand the difference between a WASP and the Bible. Once you start reading, it'll be very clear. Very, very clear. One thing I say about OSP, sky, earth, spirit, earth, sky, spirit, it is very clear when it comes down to the distinction between creator, gods, lords, and all that. Very, very clear. All right. Very, very, very clear. And the history is, matter of fact, is amazing. You know what I mean? All good, all praises. All praises. All right, so look, let's get this done right here. Bang. Let me show y'all something. We're gonna share a screen. Bro, say clip up. You already know our key. My bad, entire screen. Yeah, the chosen out of Israel for my sister is the Essenes and Nazarenes. Those are the chosen. Those are the ones that had the light. It just so happened that their understanding was all over this earth. So if we claim in Israel, then make sure you're dealing with the brotherhood of light in Israel. That would be the Nazarene and the Saints. All right. Once you get into that literature and understanding, then you can see it from the proper perspective. All right. All right. Now let me show y'all this real quick. My bad on that. Must be over here. Right there. All right, so this right here is called Nazarene and post-Nazarene fathers. Basically, the historians. That's the name of the book right there. All right. And we're going to go into some of Jerome's writing. Jerome lived in the 3rd and 4th century. So roughly 1600 years ago. All right. So that's what we're going to go into right now. I want to show y'all something about the Messiah's brother from history. All right. Let me show y'all that real quick. All right. So right here, this is Jerome. All right. In 492, he wrote some of his works in Bethlehem. That right there is about Simon Peter. We're going to go over to James, though. All right. Brother of Messiah. Show y'all this. Show y'all this. Hey, I'm on the phone. I mean, I'm doing my thing. All right, James, who is called the brother of the Messiah, surnamed the Just, the son of Joseph, by another wife. This is what Jerome is saying, as some think, but as appears to me, the son of Mary, sister of the mother of our Lord, of whom John makes mention in his book. The Essene Nazarene letters just say that James and Yahshua had the same father and mother. But this is Jerome 300-400 years later. All right. It says right here, after our Messiah, or after our Master's passion, that once ordained by the apostles, Bishop of Jerusalem. So James is the one, according even to Jerome, who lived 1600 years ago. He letting it be known that that's the Messiah's brother. You understand? And he's the bishop or the leader in Jerusalem. Wrote a single epistle, which is reckoned among the 7 Catholic epistles. And even this is claimed by some to have been published by someone else under his name. And gradually, as time went on, they have gained authority. That happened a lot back then. A lot of writings were being published anonymously or under the name of someone else, even though that person had already been dead. All right. It says right here. It says Hegesippus, who lived near the apostolic age. Now, Hegesippus lived during the 1st century. All right. In the 5th book of his commentaries, writing of James, says, after the apostles, James, the brother of Yahshua, surnamed the Just, was made head of the church at Jerusalem. Many indeed are called James. Many indeed are called James. This one was holy from his mother's womb. He drank neither wine nor strong drink, ate no flesh, never shaved, anointed himself with ointment, or bathed. You dig? And that's going into the hot showers and hot baths. These brothers actually were taking cold baths. You know what I mean? They was into like the cold water and everything. But my point in going here, even according to a church historian who lived 1600 years ago, he admits what? James is Yahshua's brother. He the bishop of the whole movement, or the leader of it, and he wasn't chewing on flesh. The historians know this. You know what I mean? So how is it when we start bringing these things out, a lot of our people don't know. They be like, dang, I don't know nothing about that, man. Dang, you blaspheming. Hold on, how's you saying that? You dig? So we even got the leader of the movement who did eat flesh. You dig? So I just want to show a little history on that too. That the higher law or the higher Torah or what the Messiah taught, it came from Creator, and what the Creator gave him to teach, he had established in every age and every nation. You understand? That ain't hard to understand. Shouldn't be. You dig? But as time goes on, you start seeing certain things, and then religion conquers. All right. Now, before we read about Yahshua's understanding and not Yahshua's doctrine, even in OWASP, we went there and showed that. All right, so now we're going to go back to OWASP. I want to show y'all some things. We're going to go deal with a couple of these brothers who are dealing with the light of the Creator. All right, read a couple of these deals and go ahead and get her done. All right, let me share my screen again. Share my screen again. Drop that down right there. Share screen. Wow. 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 All right. So what I want to do right now, I was reading something else. I'm just get on back to this. My bad, y'all. Give me a second. And we're going to get into some of this. All right. First spot we're going to go to is first book of God with a history of Poe, Abraham, Brahma, and Iwata. Right, let's go there first. All right. All right. This is the standard version of WASP. As a matter of fact, I'm right online with it. If y'all don't got it here. Let me go ahead and drop this link in the chat too. Anybody want to come on and chop it up? All right. We can always get it on. All right. That right there is a standard version of OWASP, what we read now. Let me drop this in the chat. See if the brothers want to come on. If Cal P or C-Live want to come on and chop it up. You know what I mean? We can chop it up by any of the brothers. Abram, Poe, Iwata. Now that was a prophet of the Creator that was living over here in the Americas. You know what I mean? Teaching the same exact understanding. So I just put that link in the chat. All right. I just put that link in the chat for anybody that want to, you know what I mean, jump down. We can always get her done. All right. All right. First spot I want to go to. Let's do Poe first. All right. We're going to go to Poe. That's chapter 3, first book of God. Let's go there first. Let's go deal with some understanding. That's chapter 2. Look at that, y'all. The first Chinese Bible. A lot of people don't understand these things, man. All right, chapter 2 of the first book of God. The first Chinese Bible being of Poe and Isu. All right, this is where you get Jesus from, Isu. Isu, according to Owaspi, is somebody that doesn't have any earthly desires, passionless. So you'll see a lot of the cats, or a lot of the men that Creator was dealing with, you understand, they had tamed that flesh. Some of them was born Isu, and some of them were able to discipline that flesh to where, you understand, it wasn't about the fleshly desires with them. All right. So that right there, chapter 2. All right. But we're going to jump on down. It goes into how the false gods, how the Creator established light in that locality, dealing with China. All right. And then how the false gods come around and be like, we here to declare war against the Great Spirit. All right. We're here to raise up. We're here to declare war. So we're going to start right here in chapter 3. All right. First book of God. We'll start here in chapter 3. And we're going to do a little eating. We're going to get into it. And we're going to see where we land at. You know what I mean? We're going to see where we land at. All right. So we're going to start right here in chapter 3 dealing with Poe. Then we're going to get into Abraham. All right. I got some of this stuff marked off of mine. Y'all boy, hold on for your brother for a second. Let's go ahead and work. All right, so we're going to start right here. And then we got to skip through because it gets into his doctrine. Chapter 3. Bang, bang, bang. Woof. Somebody finna be mad, boy. I'm just going to start at chapter 3 and read it in. He said, bring it out. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, let's work, though. Let's work. All right. It said right here, first book of God. All right, we're dealing with the Chinese Bible. All right, and a prophet named Poe that the Creator had established his light with. All right. Now, we're not dealing with no type of Chinese idolatry. We ain't dealing with no type of Chinese gods, false deities, concepts, none of it. We're dealing with the fact that the Creator has raised up witnesses to his light in every nation and in every age. We're about to go read about Poe real quick. From Zi-Wen-Gi, God raised up prophets for 7 generations. Zi-Wen-Gi's begot Dotzi, who begot Yin, who begot Hani, who begot Lan Xiang, who begot Di Ho Chi, who begot Holan, who begot Poe, who was an Isu in birth. But them Chinese names, boy, don't get me started. I'm going to keep going. When Poe was still very young, the voice of God came to him saying, be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers, eating neither fish nor flesh. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Jack. Hold on. You mean to tell me that the understanding of not chewing on loin meat, not chewing on pig ear sandwiches, not chewing on pot pie chicken sandwiches, not chewing on no type of flesh, even that light and that doctrine was in China thousands of years ago? During the time of Abraham, there was a prophet in China named Poe that the Creator was dealing with directly, and this was one of the doctrines. Be steadfast in the doctrines of your forefathers, eating neither fish nor flesh. Your God will not only preserve you alive, but you shall gather together the scattered tribes of Zarathustrians, the faithless, and reestablish them in this great land. So this is after Zarathustra, the Persian prophet that Creator was dealing with, who came and taught the same thing. Stop chewing on animal sandwiches. Later for the idolatry. No bloodshed. No warfare. No adultery. No sacrificing. No slavery. So then you got a few thousand years later, you got Poe. But you shall gather together the scattered tribes of Zarathustrians, the faithless, and reestablish them in this great land. Look at this right here. Look at it. It says, in those days, many of the Zarathustrians were celibates. Now, when it says Zarathustrian, y'all, it's talking about those who worship the Creator. All right, Zarathustra was a great prophet before them in their day. You understand? And that was one of the things that they were pumping, celibacy. All right? That don't mean you supposed to be celibate today. I'm just saying that, you know, in certain time periods, that's just what it is. All right? If any Bible reader that got a problem with that, then you should have a problem with Daniel the prophet, Paul, Yahshua, it's many. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They was handed over to the Chamberlain. You understand? Who was the keeper of the king's concubines, but he had to be a eunuch because you couldn't be laying with the king's concubines. You see what I'm saying? So there are many eunuchs and those who are into the celibacy, even in the Bible. All right. Look at this. It says, in those days, many of the Zarathustrians were celibates, and the king saw his people being reduced by war. So he made a law against celibacy, commanding all men to marry and all women to bring forth children or be put to death. Good night. He said, boy, it's too much war going on for you to be talking about something you doing semen retention. That's another doctrine today, semen retention. I mean, to each his own, I understand. You understand? But in that day, they said, you better go, you better go flex your love muscle, boy. And go have you some short leggers. What you talking about? When Poe was growing up, God said to him, behold, you could not fulfill the law, for you are Esau born. But I will fetch you a wife like you, who is also barren. But you too shall be blessed with 3 children. And you shall call them Wanli, Togan, and Zilu. And it came to pass that a woman of Hongi with 3 adopted children escaped from the tyranny of Diwan, fleeing for the southern tribes of Hisi, Guao, and Yo, and Guangu. And Poe married her and named her I Todown G. Hey, he named her a Todown G. Boy, we'll Poe on around here, man. Hold on, man. Hold on now. Poe he married her and named her a Todown G. Dang. Look at him. Poe was 20 years old when he married, and he went with his wife and 3 children to the country of Hingadi, which name signified brotherland, and he labored at scutching flax and hemp. And God came to Poe saying, what is the extent of your fidelity to the all highest light? Y'all clown in the chat. Hold on. And God came to Poe saying, what is the extent of your fidelity to the all highest light? Poe said, I will obey him in all things. God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your Creator? Excellent question. Excellent question, because we've been asking brothers that. You understand? The Creator Gang been asking brothers and sisters that. Nazarene Essene, brothers and sisters, been asking brothers and sisters that. If you got you an inspiration to kill your children, would you? Or kill any child? Would you? Huh? Oh, wait. Pope said, I will obey him in all things. God said, would you sacrifice your 3 sons if commanded by your creator? Pope said, they are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? That's how you respond to that. Huh? Did you kill your children? Did you kill a child? Those are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? And that's major, y'all, because as an Israelite, as a brother that's been teaching in Israel for many years, right? We used to read the Psalm. We used to read Psalm 138. It says, O Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be, who have rewarded you as you have done us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth your babies, your little ones, against the stones. We be like, yeah, we're going to be killing heathen children. If my God told me to kill that heathen baby, I'm going to blow the water head off that heathen child. Listen to what you're saying. And then listen to what this brother, this Chinese prophet, who lived during the time of Abraham, listen to what he said. And then ask yourself this, which is of the creator? Is what Pope said of the creator, or is it us talking some? We can't wait to kill all the Edomite, Moabite, and Ammonite children. We're going to bust, we're going to chop off their heads. We're going to rape their mothers. We're going to rape all the virgins. We're going to put all the men to death, and we're going to make all their wives our sex slaves. And we're going to kill their waterhead babies. Does that sound like creator to you? Does that sound like the creator to you? When we read about even the Exodus account, right? The creator didn't need Israel to go through Egypt killing no Egyptians. The creator is so marvelous, he can just recall the spirit because it belonged to him. You see that? That's how you're supposed to answer. Those children are the creators, not mine. How dare I sacrifice that which is another's? All right? And if you can't answer like that, then you guess what? You being manipulated and controlled by a false God, boy. You got a naked demon down your throat, boy. Talking about you don't know. Ah, man, well, shit. If God told me, hell yeah, I'll kill that child. See, if you don't know the characteristics of creator, then you say dumb, repugnant, ignorant stuff like that. Hateful. God said you are wise. You know the Almighty law. The Almighty law is the law of creator. It's just in that locality, they call them Ormazd. All right. And I'm not talking about how the Persians got Ahura Ormazd and came up with their Persian mythology. I ain't talking about the false gods who took what the creator established as pure and did their own thing. You can say the same thing with the Masons. You can say the same thing what they do with the rainbow flag. Right? Those who follow the false gods have taken the pure knowledge of creator and perverted it and used it to their own gain. You understand? So when you hear certain things, you stay away from it and call it evil, not knowing in its pure form it's righteous. God said you are wise. Notice what this God said to Pope. And this God is in service to the creator. You are wise. You know the Almighty law. You know the higher law. All right? Any deity, any spirit come to you tempting to kill, or would you kill so-and-so if God told you, if the creator told you? Or would you sacrifice your children or their children if the creator told you? Your answer should be, they are the creators, not mine. How dare I kill or sacrifice that which belongs to another? You are wise. You know the higher law, the Almighty law. Then Poe asked, who are you? Who is this that comes upon me silently asking questions? God said, go and visit Hsiang, the philosopher, and question him. Hsiang was governor of the South province of Hingadi and was also a man of great learning. Poe came to him and questioned him, saying, what is this that asks us questions? Why do we question and answer ourselves all day long? So Poe is acknowledging, look, I'm having conversations in my mind or in my heart, you understand, with these unseen persons or unseen beings. What is this conversation I'm having within my own psyche? What is really going on? He's seeing answers. Are we not two selves? Do we not discourse within ourselves like two selves? Facts. You always have a conversation with yourself. Sometimes you got to tell your children, boy, stop talking to yourself. But that's natural. Like you always rehearsing or having these convos, right? Poe asks, which do you say is the superior self? That which questions within us forever, or that which is forever answering? The governor said that which asks questions must be the superior self. Poe said, who is it? He said, it is nothing. It is something. Poe answered him, saying, it appears to me these two selves are two different persons. One belongs to the flesh, the other to the Creator. Because this questioning self is the same one that sees and hears gods and angels. Do you hear that? Yeah. Two voices you got to deal with. One of Creator and one of self. One of the Most High and one of Satan. Satan represents self. Now, I heard an elder tell me years ago, trip about this, salvation is selfish. Now I know what I know. But what that man is teaching is demonic. Salvation is selfless. Because you can't even rise in your grades. You can't even rise in no type of resurrection. You understand? Without righteous work done unto others. Impossible. So it's not selfish, it's selfless. It appears to me these two selves are two different persons. One belongs to the flesh, the other to the Creator. Because this question itself is the same one that sees and hears gods and angels. Hai said, what did you say? God and angels. Poe replied, God and angels. To which the governor took exception, saying, do you two defy the law? Poe said, what I see, I see. What I hear, I heard. Something external to ourselves made us and rules over us. Huh? Huh? Something external to ourselves made us and rules over us. The governor asked, have we not read the world of superstition? Why do you deal with doctrines that were in the dark ages? I tell you, there are only two things in all the universe, the unseen firmament and the corporeal worlds that float within it. Their action and reaction on each other produce what we call life, which is only an effervescence that comes and goes, and there's the end. The laws are right. Han has done a good thing in abolishing the doctrines of the ancients. While they were still talking, God sent a blaze of fire into a bush standing nearby, and a voice spoke out of the flame saying, who then do you say I am? For truly I am. So the governor didn't believe in all that. He said, it ain't nothing but the unseen firmament and the physical world in the firmament. And based off their reaction is what we call life. You know, the king, the emperor did wise to abolish the doctrine of the ancients. And then God, who's down with true God and down with Creator, appeared in the flaming bush. Well, who am I then? That's cold. Who then do you say I am? For truly I am. The governor saw the light and saw that the bush was not burnt. Sound familiar? And he also heard the voice, but God suffered him to be hard of heart. And the governor said, behold, you come to me knowing I am a philosopher, and you cast your spell in the bush like a magician. I am master of 1,000 books and am registered as a man of great learning. You have offended me. Poe said, why accuse me? For is it not as just for me to accuse you of casting the spell? I did not cast it. Again, God appeared and spoke, saying, do not accuse this my son Poe. You shall labor with him. Behold, I give him to your keeping the country of Fee. For at this hour Mugwan has died. The tribes of Gan shall be gathered together in Fee and Hingadi. He Siang, the governor, was astonished at the words of the light And he sent a servant to ascertain if Mugwan was dead. It turned out to be true, though the distance was a day's journey each way. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. We cooking now, baby. We cooking now. So we got established already. No flesh, and no sacrifice. No flesh eating and no sacrifice. And this was a doctrine that was established in ancient China, or established by Creator through his son, true God. All right. Down to a mortal named Poe. You understand? Who lived during the time of Abraham. So while Abraham was doing his marvelous work in our area of the earth, there was somebody in China doing the same type of understanding and teaching. If you understand that, give me a 6 up in the chat. Bless up. Give me a 6 up in the chat if you understand that. All right. We're going to go over the chapter. We're going to go right over to the next chapter, chapter 4. All right. And we'll read 17 through 29. Bless up. Bless up. Messiah said it. The Creator has established witnesses to the truth in every nation and in every age. That's what we read. All right. If you chose and let your light shine in. If you chose and then follow the higher law, the higher Torah. Following the 613 Torah portions ain't going to get you. It's not going to get you where you need to be spiritually speaking. All right. The ones that had the light amongst Israel are the Essenes. The ones that had the light amongst Osiris and them were the therapists or the therapeutic. You dig? And you go to different other localities and you see y'all, all these are the same brotherhoods. You understand? Same doctrine, same understanding. All right. This right here, chapter 4, more doctrine of Poe. All right. A great Chinese prophet who lived during the time of Abraham. Check the chat, make sure we all good. And look, y'all ain't even read. I be hearing Millie mouth Negroes run their mouth. Oh man, what you reading is evil. Hey man, look. In order for us to declare anything evil, we got to go through the text and search that out. Got to search that out. You know what I mean? We got to search that out. And if we find out that the Creator is not in her establishing, ordaining, or commanding any type of wickedness, y'all, even down to no slaughtering of children, even down to not even chewing on fish flesh, you got to question. You got to question what we read in certain parts of the Bible. Now, hold on. That said, go over there and kill the infants. Poe just said, how could I sacrifice or kill that which belongs to another? They are the Most High's, not mine. But if your God told you to go kill a child, would you? And how did this man answer? I can hear you Israelites, nah, man, that's a Chinese cat. That's a mobile. But how did he answer, though? Was his answer of Creator or was it of self? Right? Is it of the Creator to say, those children belong to the Creator? How dare I murder or sacrifice anything that don't belong to me? Is that of the Creator, or is it, I can't wait to chop the head off that waterhead heathen and his babies? Within yourself, you determine that's of the Creator or that's of Satan, self. See that? You got to make that decision. I can't make that decision for you. You know when you heard wrong. You know when you heard something that's pure satanic and evil. All right. The problem is our people have made the Bible their mighty one, their deity, their God. All right. Let's get more back into this Chinese prophet who actually answered in accordance with the light of the Creator. All right. Chapter 4 and 17. It says, these then that follow are the sacred laws given through Poe by God. Tien. Tien was the name of a god who at the time was rolling with Creator. Look at it. Seek to bring forth heirs that will be a glory to your Creator. So seek to bring forth children that will be a glory to the Most High. Look at this. Do not marry because of the impulse of the beast, animal nature of man. Right? In other words, don't be marrying no woman just because she put fire in your bones, boy. Sister, don't be marrying no man because that's your knight in shining armor. Huh? Do not marry because of the impulse of the beast, animal nature of man. But consider your own spirit and the spirit of your spouse. Right? Marriage ain't supposed to be based off your high sexual impulse, even though the sex is a part of it. The sexual healing is a part of it, absolutely. It did, but that's not what you're supposed to be marrying for. All right? Makes sense. A lot of us marry based off those principles or based off just the flesh. We crash and burn. Crash and burn. Here you go, then crash and burn around her trying to give advice. Yeah. Marriage is hard, man. You got to work at that. Look at it. Do not shut yourself up in celibacy, but multiply and adorn the earth. So be fruitful and multiply. Huh? You don't shut yourself up in celibacy. There was a time for semen retention, but in his day, that wasn't the time. That wasn't the time. You see that? Look at this. Your creator provided milk for the infant, but with the coming of teeth, you shall provide for their service also. Yeah. So in other words, you have to provide. You are the custodian and caretaker for the creator's children, who you call your children. You got to provide for them. Look at this. Feed him according to the Mazdian law. Another way to say creator just in the Persian tongue or even over in China. All right. Feed him according to the creator's law. To make him a warrior, give him fish and flesh. To make him patient and strong with docility, remember the camel and the ox, feeding on the herbs that grow on the earth. Those of 10 forswear the first and espouse the second, eating herbivorously. Y'all see this? If you're really down with creator, because at this time 10 was down with creator, they not chewing on the flesh. You see that? Those that want to put blood in the mud, the warriors. You see that? The killers. They the ones chewing the flesh. Not those who are patient, strong, docility, meaning they ain't with the warfare. Then it says, remember the camel and the ox. All right? They feed on the herbs that grow on the earth. And those down with the creator, they ain't down with the first, meaning the flesh eating, they down with the second eating. All right? 23. And he go on there, was celibacy not the highest of all laws? He said, not so not. God said, there are times for all things. In the days of Zarathustra, celibacy was the first of laws. In those days, man was not ready for God's laws. Yet, you should not call one law higher than the other. The fullness of earth knowledge requires marriage. Yet, the bondage after death holds the spirit of man for 6 generations to his own heirs. By celibacy, a man's soul is not bound after death by the love he bears his children to linger on under the earth, and he may ascend quickly into paradise. So it let you know right here that if you have a lot of children, you're going to be bound to the heavens surrounding the earth for 6 generations. If you don't have a lot of children, then you're going to rise into paradise or ethereal quickly, or quicker than the one who has a lot of children. You understand? So some of y'all may be ascending faster than others. All right? Because having a lot of children binds you to the, even after death, to the heavens that surround the earth, atmospheric. All right? So it is, it ain't no bad thing. You understand? To have a whole bunch of children. You dig? It ain't no bad thing at all. It's just you are responsible for your children and your heirs even after death. See that? Now watch this. The man or woman who is weak, sickly, chronically infirm, or deformed, blind, deaf, with running sores, or with hidden sickness shall not marry, nor bring forth heirs, nor shall man take sorrow to his soul for this, for it is the testimony of the Father that his race is emancipated from the earth. So right here, remember we read in the Nazarene literature when we read what the Messiah was talking about, the laws. Remember, he was saying marriage should not be made if love and health is not there. Look at this. This is a second witness. The man or woman who is weak, sickly, chronically infirm, or deformed, blind, deaf, with running sores, or with hidden sickness shall not marry. So in other words, you're not supposed to be marrying if you out here sick. You understand? You got to get on your full body detoxes, and you understand? Get yourself together. That's where we come in at. All right. Shall not marry nor bring forth children. Nor shall man take sorrow to his soul for this, for it is a testimony of the Father that his race is emancipated from the earth. You shall keep the panic language sacred. Nor shall these, my holy words, be given in any other language till my time is fulfilled on the earth. Your sons at the age of 11 years and daughters at the age of 9 years shall begin to learn maxims. And at that same time, they shall be consecrated to the Creator and committed to his service. And of the sixth law, this is made a part, namely, teachers in public shall be celibates. Children who decide that they will become teachers or priests or priestess shall take the vows of celibacy. For such persons are married to the Great Spirit. And they shall be like gods and goddesses, knowing no more love to one person than another. Well, you see how dedicated brothers and sisters was, man. Like that's a heavy dedication that a lot of us cannot stomach or hold to this day. All right. 29, it says right here, remember that those who marry are chosen by Creator to raise up offspring for the glory of heaven and earth. They shall dwell together in peace, love, and harmony. Y'all hear this? See that? Remember that those who marry are chosen by Creator to raise up offspring for the glory of heaven and earth. You married, you're supposed to raise up offspring to the Creator for the glory of heaven and earth. All right. And marriage is supposed to be a dwelling together in peace, love, and harmony. Ooh-wee. 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 We getting some understanding around here. You get some understanding? Give me a 5 up in the chat. We in OI Speed, first book God, chapter 5. All right. And we going over, we're proving what Messiah said in the Nazarene literature. What are we proving? He said the Creator has raised up in every nation and in every age witnesses to the truth. The truth is universal. So now we going into a different nation. That will be China. And we go into a different age than Yahshua. That would be the time of Abraham, which was 2,000 to 3,000 years before Yahshua, and showing that the doctrines Yahshua was teaching was in the earth already. Why? Because the Creator raises up witnesses to the truth in every nation and in every age. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Somebody mad. All right. Ooh, wait. All right, we move on to this next chapter. This chapter 5 right here. Bless up, bless up. All right, bless up, bless up. All right, right here, 1 through 30. The wise shall rule over the foolish, but only to raise them up. Y'all hear that? So even if you're smarter or have exercise more wisdom than the next person, you only have that to raise up those who are foolish out of darkness. That's it. That's it. Your job is to raise them up, not talk crazy about them. Dang, look at all them gangbangers. Look at all them sagging. Yeah, our challenge is those who are custodians of the light of the Creator is to go raise them up. Teach them to worship none but Creator and to do righteous works unto others. Teach them how to purify themselves. Stop chewing on pig ear sandwiches and Philly cheese steaks and Popeye chicken sandwiches and loin meat. See, it's our challenge as sons and daughters of light to raise up those that's in darkness. I don't crack no joke about them and laugh about them. I'll go raise them up. I'll raise them up. All right? That'll be a great testimony to what you've been doing out here. And that'll prove what? That you're not selfish. All right, that's him. Ain't got nothing to do with me. We labor to raise up mortals and angels. All right? The rich shall apportion their riches for the benefit of the city. Exactly. Not for you to, appear as if you better and more rich than anyone. All right, this is for the benefit of all. That's how Creator gets down. All right. The poor shall reverence the rich and take counsel from them. Behold, I have given many gifts to my people. The woman to give suck, the very strong man to carry burdens, the wise man to oversee the city, the learned man to explain the ancients, the prophet to hear my voice, the magician to hear the voice of angels, the physician to heal the sick. To every single one, I gave good gifts. So that means everybody listening has a good gift from Creator. Yeah. You should not covet another man's gifts, but be wise in discovering your own and using them for the benefit of the city or the benefit of the community. You ain't got to covet another man's gifts. Y'all, there is no reason why we should be in competition with one another. We are here to raise each other up. All right? But in your prayers, ask Creator to show you. Show me. Show me my gift. I want to perfect my gift, not for self, but for the benefit of others. See that? Now you shining. Now you shining. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. Neither shall you covet another man's riches, nor anything that is his. What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Good night. Y'all heard that? He said, hey, what you over here jealous over the rich for? What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Yeah. He better be a watchdog. He got to watch all his possessions. He got to watch all his money, boy. Somebody, as long as you rich, somebody plotting to take that. Believe that. Neither shall you covet another man's riches, nor anything that is his. What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Behold, it is his matter whether he fulfills my commandments. Meaning he got to deal with that. He wanted all them riches. Guess what? He bound to that in earth and when he cross over. The Essene literature tell you not to covet riches. Because the more riches that you hoard or stack up, the only thing you can guarantee, you have a fly tombstone, player. Your grave marker will be fly. The walls of your tomb will be thick. That's all you can guarantee. That's what the Essene literature teaches. The Essene teacher of righteousness. You understand? And we see the same type of vibration right here in Oaspi coming off Poe, who lived even before Yahshua. Said, man, look, a rich man ain't nothing but a watchdog. That's his matter. Even Yahshua tell you in the Bible where a man's heart is or where a man's treasure is, that's where his heart is also. Meaning whatever you hold valuable, that's what dominates your mind. What more is a rich man than a watchdog? Behold, it is his matter whether he fulfills my commandments. According to every man's gift, so do I require of him, as to what he can do for the people of his city. To the poor man, my exactions are lighter than a straw on a camel's back. For the ignorant man and for the very young child, I provided the wise and the rich as gods to raise them up. As they minister to them, so do I bless them for their labor. So the wise and rich are supposed to raise up the ignorant and childish. What they do physically or corporally for the resurrection of those beneath them, so do I answer them in spirit in my resurrections in the heavens. Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? The more we do physically to raise up our brothers and sisters or even complete strangers, by showing them the characteristics of Creator. You understand? By doing righteous works unto others. By purifying the temple of Creator. The more we do that, it says what they do corporally for the resurrection of those beneath them, so do I answer them in spirit in my resurrections in the heavens. You shall marry only once. Neither shall you look after any other partner all the days of your life. Ooh, way. That's hard for a lot of us, ain't it, boy? Wow. Some of us already in violation of that one, Jack. Look at that. It said you shall marry only once. Neither shall you look after any other partner all the days of your life. The husband shall be the master of the house. But when he is not present, the wife shall be master. Absolutely. 7 castes I have made for my chosen. The first are prophets. Second, those who have the highest genealogy. The third, the rabbis, meaning the priests. The rabbis and priests. The fourth, the nuns. The fifth, physicians. The sixth, the rich. And seventh, the very poor. These are the different classes that Creator set up, right? Each and every caste shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me and are equally my children. Do you hear that? Don't ever let nobody feel as if you are worthless and are not worthy to be called a son or a daughter of Creator. He just said each and every caste or class shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me. Whether you rich, whether you poor, whether you ignorant, whether you wise, whether you are Israelite, whether you are Edomite, whether you are an American, African American, whatever you are, Arab, Indian, East Indian, whatever you are, each and every caste shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me and are equally my children. So what are we talking about here? See, this kills the whole racism thing. You can't even come Creator talking about you racist. You can't even come to Creator like that. I found that out. I was like, what? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. And that goes more with what? The Creator has raised up, what? Witnesses to the truth in every nation and in every age. Well, Paul just said it right here. Good night. Each and every caste or class of people shall remain by itself. All of them are worthy before me and are equally my children. So whether you poor, rich, a physician, a nun, a priest and a rabbi, you got the highest genealogy, right? Or if you a prophet, guess what? Guess what? All are worthy before me and are equally my children. You see that? Man. And that's a huge weight lifted off our shoulders. Huge weight. When you understand that, you gotta let all that go there. Let it go. I know. You look, most of y'all know how I used to teach. I mean, I ain't never, been so, I ain't never been just consumed with hatred or nothing like that. But you be having to check those of other, understandings at times and let them know, like, it did. But when you get the understanding over this way, and in the Nazarene Essene literature, it's like, nah, Jack, we shouldn't be moving like that. All of his children. What's evil about that? I can hear a brood now. Hold on, Romans 9. These are not the children of God. But you got to ask yourself, what resonates more with your spirit? What we just read? Or these are not the children of God? Jacob I love, but Esau I hated. Laid his heritage waste. That makes more sense right there. All right? Because you can't control what nation you are, or what sex you are. You can't control none of that. But what you can control is how you worship the Creator and how you deal with his creation. All right? If I'm making sense so far, give me a 4 up in the chat. Bless up. Creator say, all are equally mine, or equally my children, and all are worthy before me. I know a lot of you milly-mouth Negroes want to hang me from the Gateway Arch for reading this. But guess what? Maccabee don't care a little bit about what y'all talking about. Get in line, boy. I got a long line of enemies. Get in line. Take a number. All right, chapter 5, verse 15. You should not kill for food to eat. Anything that breathes the breath of life. There it is again. Where we at with it? Where we at with it? You know what I mean? Where we at with it? Look at Jack. Jack say polygyny resonate more with my spirit. Hey, salute, King. Hey, salute, King. You know it ain't nothing. You dig? Just swim at your own risk, brother. All right, look at it. So again, you should not kill for food to eat. Anything that breathes the breath of life. Why is what Poe saying, who lived during the time of Abraham, matching up with what Yahshua was saying in the Nazarene literature, Essene literature, what, 2,000 years later? This right here proves, you understand? And that's why I'm saying it's a lot in the Nazarene scene literature that's cohesive with OWASP. That's why a lot of for a lot of us, this is right on time, because it already lines up with what we're reading. Already lines up. You should not kill for food to eat, anything that breathes the breath of life. You should love to search for your creator in all things on and in the earth, in the waters, and in the herb but earth. He said, you want to know about creator? You should love to search out his creation. You should love to search for your creator in all things. Nazarene sing literature say that in all things that have life is the Torah of the creator written. In all creation, all of life speaks to us. And if we listen, we can understand the tongue and the will of the divine. See? So this puts you back out in nature. You ain't got to go to no standing temple. Creative sanctuary is nature. Going outside. Tap in. You see that? Look at this. So study creation if you want to know more about creator. Makes sense. Don't. Look at it. You should love to search for all that is good in your neighbor, but to excuse all the evil that is in him. Look at this. Huh? So even Yahshua teach what? Don't bring up. Only speak of the wisdom and virtue in your neighbor. Don't bring up his shortcomings. His matter is with his creator. You see? That right there, that's another huge weight lifted off your shoulders. You ain't got to come around, nigga. You going to hell. Sister, you ain't got no pants that gap need to breathe. Brother, you ain't got on your shower curtain. You going off. You going to be stoned for picking up sticks and any of that. Any shortcoming, all right? Because we all have them. Any vice, because we all have them. You shall love to search for all that is good in your neighbor, but to excuse all the evil that is in him. See, that's hard. That's hard for a lot of us because we so quick to jump on the bandwagon while somebody down, stomp them out, talk crazy about it. And you think that's of the creator? No, creator say don't even speak about the shortcomings and the ill of your neighbor or of anyone. Speak on his virtue. Speak on what he's doing good. His matter is with his maker or his creator. See that? See this? We got to get that together, man. Now look at this. 18. It says right here, you shall keep the sacred days of your God and cause all your people to rejoice in the delightful creations of your creator. So there are rites and ceremonies, celebrations and all that. Absolutely. 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 You understand? And a lot of it is cosmological. It just line up with creation. But you got to study the heavens for all that. The moon, the sun, the star, you got to study all that. See? Look at this. Chapter 5 and 19. You shall obey the prophet of your God and be obedient to the father, Rabbah the city. Next to these, you shall honor your father and your mother and pay reverence to your grandfather and grandmother. Remember that all men are alike in the house, temple of your God. Remember that all men are alike in the temple or house of your God. For even as death lays the high and the low alike, so is the standing of my people in the house I have built. Good night, boy. I know somebody bad about this one, boy. Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. Look at it. Yeah, look, our duty is to raise up whoever is off. Raise them up. You ain't got to speak about what they doing bad. Raise them up, though. You understand? Challenge them. Like for instance, if it's a homosexual, you got to go look. But for one, be somebody they can come talk to. You understand? If they notice you're going to chop their damn head off, they're not going to come talk to you. Two, guess what you got to do? You got to go show them. And true about this. Before you even show them, they already know that they are not in harmony with Creator. You understand? If you ever talk to a homosexual, they already know they off. They know it. Because Creator already letting them know they going off. You understand? So be the one that they can come talk to. All right? And then once you can come talk to them, because they already know they owe. Take them out of nature and show them how. Look, if we all adopted the mindset that you have, there will be no more creation. All right, there's male, female, and all creation. Y'all, even down to electricity, male and female. You see, so you got to show them. You dig? Be somebody approachable and respectable. And when you get the time, you understand, show them creator in creation. And show them how everything lines up, male, female, and then show them the error of their ways by them understanding. Like, look, if I adopted what you was, if everybody adopted that mindset that you have, there will be none of this. There will be no beautiful creation. If the animals adopted that way of life, there will be no beautiful creation. If the Most High was down with that, there would be no creation. You understand? Because there's positive and negative forces dealing with creator. Or male and female forces, if you want to put it like that. You see? So that's how you would do that. Be somebody approachable and be somebody that can show them the errors of their ways in creation. You dig? But ain't no sense in telling somebody, you look, I'm going to chop you. You lucky we ain't in our land, our own kingdom. I'd have chopped your head off. That ain't going to make them stop doing the evil that they know they ain't supposed to be doing. Use wisdom, all right? Look at this. You should respect the opinions of all men, for even you may be in error. Ooh, wait. Good night. Good night. Yeah. Yeah, and all praise to the Creator for anybody that's been delivered from that unclean spirit. That's a heavy one. That's a heavy one right there, boy. Yeah. You should speak only a little of yourself or of anything that is yours, for all others have a history also. You see this? Already fat mouth and look at me. Look at me. Everything is about self-glorification today. But you see what this is saying? Speak little of yourself, man, or of anything that is yours, for all others have a history also. Bragging about what you doing and what you got. Respect the opinion of all men. You might be wrong. I done been wrong before. I mean, I'm just keeping it real with you. You understand? Look at this. You shall make yourself compatible. My bad. You should make yourself compatible to others in all righteousness. Be looking to get along and unite with your brothers and sisters. Be a cohesive unit. All right, y'all know what our brotherhood, which includes sisters, so brotherhood / sisterhood, there is no second resurrection. All right. All right, then it goes into the cities of government. That's a good one too. We can read that another day. All right, that's a good one too. I want to go right here and show you how the emperor, you dig, converts to the Creator's doctrine. All right. Woof, serious business. We're going to jump over to chapter 7. Let's work. Jump over to chapter 7, all right? We getting some understanding. We seeing that this ancient understanding and knowledge, y'all, is all over, man. All right? It's all over. All right? Have y'all read anything? Have y'all read or heard anything evil yet? If you heard or read anything evil condoned by Creator and what we've read so far, give me a 1. But if you have not read anything evil or heard anything evil so far, thus far, dealing with I speak, give me a 2 in the chat. You already know. You already know. All right. I heard no. We ain't heard nothing evil. We ain't even heard nothing evil. You dig? It's the higher law, y'all. It's been taught all over the earth. You dig? We can go right into the Bible and show you how Israel for 40 whole years was worshiping Molech and Baal. Creator already told you what y'all was sacrificing to, or who you were sacrificing to in the wilderness wasn't him. You see, but the modern Hebrew Israelite movement is based off the 40 years of error in the wilderness. The 40 years of sacrificing to Satan. Man, bro, nobody want to hear that. It's the truth, though. Nobody making this up. All right. Now, being that Poe put it down the way he did, in front of the governor and in front of the emperor, you understand? About Creator. When y'all get a chance, read that chapter 6, because it goes into like how governments are supposed to be set up and all that. All right. Now the emperor, the emperor and the governor. Now watch this. Became converted to the doctrines of Po as taught by God, who was called Tien in those days in that country. Now remember, this God is not the creator. This God is a son of creator. Okay? Again, Owaspi is very clear. Creator is the creator. Jehovah, Yahweh, that's creator. All right? God, Lord, goddesses, lordesses, a chieftain, chieftainess, all those are one-time mortals who lived on a physical world and after death have raised up to become a high advanced or a highly trained angel in the realm. You understand? They are not to be worshipped at all. All right? They heard to raise you up and to teach you more and more about Creator, so you can be prepared to be received into paradise. You understand? All right. All right. Chapter 7, verse 1. Became converted to the doctrines of Po as taught by God, who was called Tien in those days in their country. Essene and and Go entered into compact to throw off the dominion of Han. All right. Now remember, these are Po's 3 adopted sons. Essene and Go entered into compact to throw off the dominion of Han, and so notified him. Han immediately declared war against them, and he pursued them cruelly, laying waste a great country. Po and his followers were thus driven toward the south, and on their way they gathered up the faithless of the tribes of HIA. Now it came to pass that Han's success in war was so great that he did not concentrate his armies, but caused them to scatter in different directions. And behold, he went so far that the barbarians fell upon his armies and destroyed them. And Han himself perished by the blow of a barbarian woman. In the 4th year of Po's inspiration, he returned and possessed the cities of Fei Hinga, D, and Silav, and reinstated Essene and Hising as governors. All right. Hising called a council of 13 kingdoms of Japheth. And after 70 days of deliberation, Hising was made ruler over Japheth, receiving the title King of the Sun. And he established the doctrines of Po by law, changing the name of all light to Tien, signifying God. And he stopped all persecution against the faithists. And he prohibited idol worship. Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? This governor, you dig, that Po broke off, this philosopher, who was a governor that Po broke off, that later for all that, I'm riding with the faithists. He stopped all the persecution and he prohibited the idol worship. What's wrong with that? What you gonna say? Because he Chinese? He telling you don't be chewing on no flesh, get rid of the idol worship and only deal with the Creator. No blood, no sacrificing, no killing children, no chopped liver and chopped off heads, no scraped off fat off the organs and burnt for a sweet smelling savor, none of that. And Po traveled east and west, north and south, teaching and displaying miraculous things. And God was with him at all times and places. And wherever Po went, he gathered together the chosen, explaining and practicing the commandments of God, 10. And man ceased to worship all idols, gods and saviors, worshiping the Creator only. Worshiping the Creator only. End of the first Chinese Bible. Bag drop. Good night. Y'all see how serious this is? Y'all see how serious this is? Worshiping Creator only. Now y'all see, so we reading about all this stuff, man. All right. Shout out to my brother Bronze, my East Side brother. He said, keep these size 12s on the false gods' necks. Man, we about to body the false gods. We about to body the false gods. We about to hit the God body. You understand? Ain't none of that over this way. None of it. Whoever don't like it, just got to deal with that. You did. But what we just read was the doctrine that the Creator, through his son God, gave to a Chinese man, you understand, named Po. And they arranged for his birth and everything. 7 generations passed. Po was born. He was capable of hearing the voice of the Creator. And what he was teaching is the very same thing the Nazarene and the Essenes were teaching. See, we ain't making up none of this. None of it. And look, a lot of it lined right up with what the Messiah said in the Nazarene Gospels, chapter 46 or chapter 47. Think about that. And look, that right there makes a lot of people mad. They don't want to deal with the fact that the Creator has established his witnesses. You understand? Witnesses in every nation and in every age, right? That all may know the will of the Creator and do it. All right? And do it. And you see, all of them was like, yeah, nah, Creator only. Nah, we ain't dealing with none of that. And those men that Creator put the light on, they were sent to show you how to worship Creator. And as you see, it's universal. All right? It's universal. All right? All praise, glory, and honor. I didn't put this up in the chat, so anybody want to come in the chat, go ahead and click on that deal. Oh, man, my bad. I guess that's right back. Anybody want to come in the chat? Y'all know it's all good. Next, let's go over here. Next, we finna go over here to Abram. All right, about to go to Abram. All right. Someone's doing here. What color? They tell you right in here, Abraham was a copper-colored man. All right, a lot of people want to deal with that. Right here, 12, I think it is. All right, so we about to go over here to chapter 12. All right. And we going to work. Let's go over to chapter 12. I see y'all in the building. Bless up, bless up. Bless up. My bezel in the building. Bless up, King. What's the word? Peace to the God. All right. Peace to the God, the gods and Nirvanian goddesses. All my brothers and sisters. Bless up. All right. You bring them, we raise them. Y'all know how we get down. All right. All right. So now we're going to go down chapter 12 of this first book of God. I really don't deal with the images. Some people do. All right. All right, chapter 12 coming up right here. We hear about Ishmael in here, Isaac, Sarah, all that. So while Po was getting it on in China, Abram was getting it on over in what we call Arabia, Northeast Africa. All right. So let me share this real quick. Shebrew Faith is in the building, my beloved sister. Creative Gang. Creative Gang is a family. Creative Gang is the movement. You bring them, we raise them. Y'all know how it is. All right. Let me go back here. Let's go read about Abraham. We'll read about Abram, and then we'll come back and do more. I want to get into Iwata. All right. I want to get into Chinese. I want to get into Moses. I don't know if I did Caillou yet. Or we may have did that. We did Capilla already. We need to get into Caillou. And it's just a beautiful thing. Y'all, even all the way over here in the Americas. What are we talking about? Huh? The Americas? You mean to tell me? Yeah. And then what we going to do, after I read this one right here, I'm going to go show y'all in another part of Owaspy where how many million faithists was in America based off the teaching of Owata. How many millions of faithists was in Northeast Africa based off the teachings of Abram. All right. How many faithists was in India? All right. Based off the teachings of Brahma. How many faithists was in China based off the teachings of Pope? Right. And you're going to see millions. That's what I'm saying. This thing been going down. It's been going down. All right. And if our people would just let go of the biasness, stop being biased, let go of the pride, let go of the hypocrisy, everything that Israel accused the Owaski about, you guilty of. Trust me, I done look, listen to me. I done ran this thing over and over in my head, every scenario over and over. You really ain't got no room to talk about it. What you gonna say? You dare not want to start comparing what God ordains versus what the Creator ordains over this way. You dig? And is that righteous or is that righteous? Is that wicked or is that wicked? You don't want to do that. You don't want to talk about chopped off heads on the altar. You don't want to talk about the killing of infants. You don't want to talk about that. And compare if it's righteous or not. Stop that. Stop that. You understand? Slow up. Let go of the pride. Breathe. All right? Every last one of y'all grown. You know when you hear something wrong. You know when you hear something that does not sit right with your spirit. You don't need no MALAKIMAC to tell you what's right and wrong. You already know it. You already know if you're going off or not. Look at this. Abraham inquired of God concerning the king's peoples and the faithists. All right. Now remember, Abraham is in Northeast Africa. He in Egypt and all that, right? And God said, whomever I lead to you shall be yours. From this time forward, you shall be father to all men, women, and children that are yours. Y'all heard this? Think about this. Look what he just told Abraham. Now, why, if you a Bible thumper, why would you have a problem with that? Last I read, he's a father of many nations, right? Whomever I lead to you shall be yours. From this time forward, you shall be father to all men, women, and children that are yours, and they shall be your family. Huh? I created gangs of family. Look at it. But all other people shall not be yours. Neither shall you be a father nor prophet to them. You shall not make laws for the king's peoples, nor laws between your people and them. You shall be of your own people and for your own people forever. He say, look, whoever I lead to you is yours. Whoever decide to stay out there with the capitalism and the orthodoxy, whoever decide to stay with the murder and the warfare and the bloodshed and animal chewing, that ain't your people. Look at this. Neither shall your people have anything in common with the king's peoples, nor with any other people under the sun, nor shall you enter into treaties or alliances in any way whatsoever. Both your labor and the labor of your people are for Jehovah, through the Lord your God. But regarding the intercourse between yours and the king's peoples, be circumspect to give full value to the fraction in buying and selling. Neither permit my chosen to accept presents, nor otherwise become obligated to other peoples, for it is the law of your God. For above all things it shall not be said by the king's peoples, behold, I made them. Most High, like, look, don't even take nothing from them. Because one thing the king's people would never be able to say, if it wasn't for me, the faith this wouldn't be established. You don't even take nothing from them. You dig? Be circumspect to give a full value to the fraction in buying and selling. You dig? Don't even be looking for no deals from them. You buy something from them, because everything, if somebody give you something, especially in the ancient world, it always comes with a price. Nothing is for free. Especially back then. So creators telling them, like, look, don't accept no gifts. Don't even accept a discounted price from them. Pay the full value. Don't accept no presents, none of that. Because you don't want to become obligated to other people's. Why? It's the law of creator. See that? For I say to you, neither kings nor rich men make the people of your God. That's right. Whoever would give you gifts, let him quit his people and come and dwell with my people in person and spirit. I cannot be put off with money and with gifts like a peevish child or a one-time woman. You hear that? You hear what Creator said? Whoever would give you gifts, let him leave his own people and come dwell in the communities with us. Fake this thing. since you serious, in person and in spirit. I cannot be put off with money. I can't be bought with money and with gifts like a peevish child or a one-time woman. Shall a man say, here are gifts for your God? He is a good enough God. But as for my soul, it is too good to give to you or your God. Wow, do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Wow. Shall a man say, here are gifts for your God? He is a good enough God. But as for my soul, it is too good to give to you or your God. Nor shall you permit your people to marry with the king's peoples for the same reason. But whoever desires to marry my daughters, let him first come and dwell with my people. Because guess what? Jehovah's people or Yahweh's people have all things in common. They share all their resources. You want to marry over this way? Well, you got to get down over this way. Yeah. Look at this. Proving that he has forsaken all the idolatrous gods for Jehovah's sake. You want to marry one of Jehovah's daughters? You got to first come dwell with my people. Proving that he has forsaken all the idolatrous gods for Jehovah's sake. It shall be the same with your sons. If they desire strange damsels for wives, them wide hip women's, them wide hippers, if they desire strange damsels for wives, they shall first bring them to dwell 1 year among my chosen. You know what's crazy, y'all? When you read like the Zarathustrian law, that was a commandment. You had to go, and the rights of a nubile. I just read that yesterday. You had to go live with the poor for a year, collecting money for the poor. You dig? And only taking the smallest percentage out of that pot. You understand? To take care of yourself. The majority of that went to the poor. So Jehovah is saying this, or Yahweh is saying this. If you want to marry somebody outside the community that don't get down with the way we get down, they got to come live with us. They got to come live amongst the poor. They got to prove themselves for 1 year. Right? If that ain't humbling, what is? You talking about the king's people. You talking about those that's used to rose petals on the floor as they walk. You talking about those, the royal penis is clean, your highness. That's what you talking about. Now you talking like coming to America. You got to go live with the poor though, like he did. He went and lived with the poor. And that's what Creator is saying. Like you can't just be marrying whoever. Nah, they really down with this way of life, then tell them come live over this way. And that's going to prove them because they don't have all the fancy amenities. Now you got to get it out the mud. You got to live how we live. All right? Get that. And that's one thing, I know a few brothers want to get down and do. They like, man, I want to try that. I actually want to just go on a whole year and just live with the poor and watch how Creator preserve you. Then you'll see the little stuff we worry about is nothing, man. It's nothing. Think about all the stuff you worried about. Just last week that got handled already. You was worrying. You putting all this unnecessary pressure on you. The whole thing is to stay in motion, all by having full faith and confidence in Creator. You dig? And not worrying about none of that. Stop worrying. Stop worrying about any of that. And that's why they had them go live with the poor for a year. Go live with the poor. You understand? Collect money for the poor like you be seeing the homeless out in the streets. Collect money for them. Majority of what you collect for them, give to them. You only keep a small percentage to take care of yourself. But you got to get out and live with the poor for a whole year. That's one of the Zarathustrian laws. I say, wow. Abraham inquired concerning government. God said to Abraham to teach people to dwell together in peace, order, harmony, and love, being disciplined to these. What more is required? Government belongs to the king's peoples. Wow. To teach people to dwell together in peace, order, harmony, and love, being disciplined to these. What more is required? Now you talking about government. What more is required in government or community? Than to dwell together peacefully, in order, in harmony, in love, and in discipline. Government belonged to the king's peoples. Abraham said, "Oh God, teach me more regarding these matters, for I am like one in a dark cellar, groping about. Behold, my people are unlearned." God said, "Who is learned? I say to you, he who knows the stars, rocks, mountains, valleys, and all that is living and dead, and the languages of the ancients, but does not know the Creator is unlearned. But he who knows the Creator is learned indeed." Facts. You heard this? You might tripping off your master's degree. You got a master's. You don't know Creator though. I mean, you unlearned, Jack. Huh? That means you unlearned, Jack. You know all that, but you don't know Creator. How you study creation but don't know the Creator? Huh? But does not know the Creator is unlearned. But he who knows the Creator is learned indeed. Flat out. So all you brothers and sisters are learned. All right. It is better that your people dwell in tents and under trees, and their children roll on the ground and do not die, but grow strong in person and in spirit for the glory of the Creator, than to dwell like the king's peoples in magnificent cities and in lust and death. To your God, your people are a most learned people. Do y'all hear this? Knowing the Creator, having all knowledge of the Creator, you better than the king's people who live in magnificent cities and castles and feasting on all they lust and death. You better than all them dwelling in a tent and under a tree while your children rolling around getting dusty in the dirt, growing strong in spirit for the glory of the Creator. You better than the rich man. The righteous poor is better than the wicked rich. Wow. Look at this. Abraham inquired of the Lord concerning servitude. God answered him, saying, "There is only one master, even Jehovah." So you heard God is letting it be known that his master is Yahweh, the Creator, or Jehovah in here. WASP is very clear. It differentiates between the Creator and God. All right, remember, God is nothing but a son of the Most High, the Creator, or one-time human. And God answered him, saying, "There is only one master, even Yahweh. Your people shall be his servants only." Come on, man. What are we talking about here? All I heard is Millie mouthing, jaw jacking. That's all I heard. But when we call you to the flow and challenge y'all to read what we talking about, huh? All you hear is lip fumbling, jaw. Therefore, for convenience sake, you may say master and servant. Nevertheless, my chosen shall not, in fact, have either masters or servants. For the one shall not have authority over the other except by love and free consent. Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? He said, yeah, for convenience sake, you can say all that, but my chosen shall not, in fact, have either masters or servants, for the one shall not have authority over the other, except by love and free consent. Yeah. Abraham asked concerning the products of labor. The products of labor, huh? Abraham asked concerning the products of labor. God said to Abraham, "What I have said regarding servants and masters also applies to the productions that come out of the earth. Nothing belongs to any man." Do y'all hear this? Nothing belongs to any man. For all things are mine, says the Creator. Stop it. Negro running around here drawing up boundaries, talking about he a landlord. Huh? Taxing you for air, carbon tax, taxing you for water. Meanwhile, charging you for electricity. Meanwhile, don't none of this belong to man. Nothing belongs to any man. For all things are mine, says the Creator. Nevertheless, for convenience sake, you may say this is his product, or that belongs to another. Here you go. These are my herbs. Bro, stop it. even if you grew the herbs, it's still not yours. Because who produced the seed? It all belongs to Creator. Nevertheless, for convenience sake, you may say this is his product or that belongs to another, but still he holds it only by his Creator's consent. What you have is only by consent of Creator. Stop bragging to folks about your social status. Stop bragging to folks about your bank account. Stop bragging to folks about your successful whatever you think you got going on. I ain't impressed until I hear somebody talking little of themselves. I ain't impressed. That means whatever is out here, don't nobody own it. So should nobody be fat-mouthed and jaw-jacking. Nobody. And that means this whole capitalistic construct is of Satan. It's not of Creator. It's of Satan. Self. Look at this. Look at this. Let all men render to the Creator his creations, for they are Jehovah's. After that, Abraham said, some men grow flax, some wool, some corn, but the seasons do not bring forth alike to all. Others spin and weave, and others make butter and cheese. And yet this also happens. One man is strong, another weak. One rises with the sun and toils all day. Another sits on the bank fishing. Now, when the products are brought in, lo and behold, there are no two that are equal. God said every man's matters between him and his Creator. Do y'all hear this? Every man's matters between him and his Creator. According to diligence and industry. According to diligence and industry, he rewards them in the end. Hey, man. Hey, this really helped you, switch up your perspective on life. You understand? And these imaginary pressures we allow on ourselves. Then you look up, we having panic attacks, chest tightening up. Why? Don't none of this belong to none of us. Huh? Stay in motion. Creator gonna make sure you stay in motion. Stay diligent in what you're doing. Hear that? According to diligence and industry, he rewards them in the end. He who perceives this knows his heavenly Father. He who does not perceive it dwells in darkness. What are you talking about? Huh? Every man's matters between him and his Creator. According to diligence and industry, he rewards them in the end. Flat out, stay in motion. Stay diligent in what you're doing. Stay sincere in heart. Stay looking to benefit and bless others. You'll be rewarded in the end. He who knows this knows his heavenly Father. If you perceive that, you know the Creator. If you know Creator, there's no reason for panic attacks, anxiety attacks. There ain't no reason for none of that. You hear me? What you worrying about today, come next week, more than likely to be handled. Ask yourself, what the hell was I worrying about? Dang. I straight brought unwanted pressure into my mind, body, and spirit when all I had to do was have full faith in Creator and stay in motion and everything. Look, what I was worrying about last week is old news. It already got handled. Abraham said, shall the lazy be rebuked and those that shirk be upbraided? God said, no, let all your people bring their products and cast them before you, saying, this is my sacrifice to Yahweh. You distribute it. Just like when the apostles set up what they did and everybody came and what? Laid everything at the apostles' feet, y'all. This is not new. What they did in Acts chapter 2 and Acts chapter 4, they was already doing what Abraham 2,000-3,000 years earlier. It's the same understanding. They dwelt in communities because without communal living, righteous communal living, that is, without community, you understand? We all sitting ducks. You gonna get shot out the water trying to be by yourself. We sitting ducks out here. You dig? The only way to defeat this so-called capitalism, the only way to start establishing the Creator's kingdom on earth while you on earth, guess what? is to organize and mobilize into communities. You understand? That's it. And live by the higher law, which is what we are reading today. All right? So look at this. It says, this is my sacrifice to Jehovah, you distribute it. And if some do not bring anything, neither rebuke them nor pity them. They are the sons and daughters of your God. And if some decorate themselves with fine raiment or jewels, do not censor them. Your God searches their hearts. So he's like, look, don't rebuke no one. Nobody that, even if they don't bring anything, or even if they show up, flexing their bag or whatever. Huh? Your God searches their hearts. All right. So that don't leave for us to be pointing and saying, okay, well, dang, you ain't bring nothing. Like the one in Acts where they try to hold it back. And the husband and wife drop dead. You see that? Right here, Creator is telling Abraham, like, don't even worry about none of that. It's the Most High that know their hearts. He know why they didn't give anything, and he knows why this Negro over here with all his going out clothes on. He over here with his dancing clothes on and all his jewelry trying to front. All right. Look at it. Abraham asked concerning lands. God said, concerning the way of your God, did I go to the king and to the rich man and say, give me your sons and daughters? No. But I went to those who were despised by the king and the rich. And I said, come. They came. And when you came here, did I say, take the king's lands or the rich man's? No. But I led you to that which was neglected and waste in the eyes of the king's peoples. And I said, this is your inheritance. You hear this? Creator even got Abraham taking up, like coming in there with the sword, killing all the Canaanites. None of that. None of that. And when you came here, did I say, take the king's lands or the rich man's? Nah. But I led you to that which was neglected and waste in the eyes of the king's people. In other words, Abraham got what they didn't want. And I said, this is your inheritance. It is sufficient for you and your people to buy burying places for the dead, which shall not be disturbed, but neither buy nor sell any other lands. He said, yeah, buy burial places, but do not buy or sell any other lands. Look at this. And after your people have improved a place, and the king comes against you saying, I will have this land either by purchase or by battle. You shall say, no, neither by purchase nor by battle shall you inherit that which is Jehovah's. But if you desire the land, then I will give it to you without money and without battle. Look at that. He like, look, if y'all build up this neglected land so much and now the king want it, and he comes to you with an offer, I'm either going to kill you for it or pay you for it. He say, neither. Don't take neither. You can have this. Huh? And it shall come to pass that my chosen shall be driven from place to place where I will lead them. They shall make the wastelands bloom like gardens and the desert yield ample harvest. They shall dig wells until the soil and prove to the nations of the earth the glory of my works. Huh? My works. Ooh, wait. And they shall be cut down. Look at this. Hold on. So whenever, trip about this, whenever the faithless are persecuted, we flee. And wherever we flee to, whether it's a wasteland or not, guess what we do? Through the spirit of Creator, through the great spirit, we make that land blossom and bloom. Make the soil fertile. See that? The desert even yield in the harvest. Right? For they shall dig wells until the soil and prove to the nations of the earth the glory of my works. Yeah, so you persecuting the faithless, and wherever we go, it shows the great spirit is with us because we even getting the harvest in the desert. In the desert, we growing crops. What are you talking about? Look at it. And they shall be cut down, driven away, and scattered. But I will come and gather them together. Their places shall be inherited by idolaters and worshipers of strange gods who will build mighty temples. But my people shall not build that which endures in stone, wood, or iron, for they shall go from place to place proclaiming me and my works. But where they have been, there shall be nothing left on the earth to show their labors. And that's why, where are all the relics? Huh? Where are all the pots? Where are all the cooking utensils? Y'all not even realizing the Creator got the faith to set up to where even when those is down with the false God come through and persecute, we go to barren wastelands, and guess what? We cultivate that and develop that, and then when they get jealous that we develop that, they come and take that, and we go somewhere else and do the same thing. All right, but we weren't building. My people should not build that which endures in stone, wood, or iron, for that should go from place to place. And guess what? It's almost as if the faith has never existed. You see? You know why? Because earth is not our inheritance. Our inheritance is forever expanding. The emancipated heavens, Etheria, the highest heavens. You see? So that's hard for a lot of people to get with, because you talk for so long to establish all this earthly stuff. You understand? To build great monuments in remembrance of who you are and your war generals and all that. You dig? And your entertainers and your basketball players and all that. All right? But the real faith is, as you look around, if you look up how they went around and cultivated lands and raised those out of darkness and lived by the higher laws, they didn't own anything. They understood everything belongs to Creator. You dig? They was there to raise men and women out of darkness, to live amongst each other, share resources, learn about creation, cultivate lands, heal the sick, cast out spirits. And guess what? When it was time for them to cross over, they don't even have physical possessions. You see? Because they lived in the communities of people to where every possession was basically owned by all of them. So it's like they never existed. Like the shepherd kings and all them. You read about the shepherd kings and all, it's like they never existed. But where they have been, there should be nothing left on the earth to show their labors. But when I have taken them across all the earth, and they are scattered like dust before the wind, and no man can say, here is a nation of the children of Abraham. Lo, I will raise up my voice for them, even I, God of heaven and earth. And in that day, the idolaters and worshipers of strange gods will be on the wane, meaning they're going to be decreasing. Their temples of stone and mortar will still be standing. But a voice shall go up from the whole earth, even from the remote nations of the earth, saying, what about those who laid the foundations of the temple of one God, even Jehovah, even Jehovah? Now, here it is. What about those who laid the foundations of the temple of one God, even Jehovah, those who were the sons and daughters of Abraham? Oh, if only my eyes could have seen the faithfulness of that labor. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I got one more I want to show y'all. It's like 2 verses. All right. We're going to go to the book of Wars. I want to show y'all that about. Abram and all that. You digging how many faiths? I got y'all. Give me a second real quick. Let's get to it. Y'all getting some understanding so far? Give me a Yahoo up in the chat. Bless up, fam. Bless up. Bless up. How we looking in the chat? All right. Nehemiah, big homie. Big homie Nehemiah in the building. Bless up, King. You dig? We ain't reading nothing that's evil. And we see how the teachings line right up with the Nazarene scene lit. It does. Don't nobody want to talk about that, though. You know what I mean? Israel could have sworn everything that we've been bringing out was so evil. I'm like, look, stop it. Stop it. Right? Stop it. Which only proves that our people weren't reading none of it. Everything that we was talking. They weren't even reading it. They were just running their mouths about it, man. That's it. Running their mouth. You dig? And that's like the Nazarene Acts, Nazarene Gospels. It's saying gospel with a peace. All the history the bro's been bringing out. All of it. And then to find out that, OWH'S agrees. I'm like, wow, bro, this is crazy. You dig? So, all praise and glory now to the Most High. I want to go here next. I want to show y'all something. And then we're going to, do some prayers and get up out of here, man. Bless up, bless up. Nehemiah, big homie in the building. Bless up, King. My brother NehemiYAH, y'all, thank y'all for all the prayers. NehemiYAH's son, my nephew, you did, got off on that murder case, beat that murder case. A very high-profile case in St. Louis, man. You dig? Unanimous decision. Jury came back unanimous, not guilty. You dig? I got so hype in that deal, so thank y'all for y'all prayers. But I was in there the whole time, not guilty. They had me sitting by the jury. I was in there, not guilty. All praises to the Creator, not guilty. Whispering in their ear, not guilty. You dig? And when they came back with a unanimous decision, not guilty, I was like, man, let me go out this hallway and flex on these heathens, boy. You dig? So thank y'all for y'all prayers and y'all support. You dig? Because nephew been sitting for 4 years and 6 months just to get a trial date. You know what I mean? And we all knew he wasn't good for that, man. They tried to place that on him. Missouri is a Republican state, red state. You know what I mean? That's nothing to play around with. All right. So all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, the Creator, for looking out for nephew. You understand? And comforting the family, comforting his family, man, because that was major right there. That deal about went them ways. I was like, dang, they straight trying to bury nephew up in this deal. So I even had to drop some tears of joy. You know, I ain't cried since 1982, boy. I ain't cried since January 30th, 1982 when the doctor slapped me on my rear end. I'm still looking for him. Boy, when nephew, boy, got up out of that deal, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. Your brother teared up a little taste. I'm like, boy. I was over there lip fumbling. Boy, I was lip fumbling. Let my nephew go, man. He ain't good for none of that. So what y'all talking about? All right, so last bit of this, y'all. We in Book of Wars against Yahweh. All right. Show y'all how deep the Essene Nazarene, you know what I mean, brotherhood is. Yeah, Nehemiah, boy, I was lip fumbling. Boy, man, they tried to bury nephew, boy. But look, I was in there invoking the name of Creator. You dig? And I was whispering in there. They had me sitting by the jury. I'm not guilty. Not guilty. And listen, y'all, it was an all-white jury in a Republican state. It was one, as a matter of fact, it was 11 white jurors, right? It was one brother on that jury, right? But he was an old military vet. You dig? So for that jury, right? And then, you know, a lot of people, the judge then was like, so his fate rests in the hands of these 12 decent individuals. I'm like, nah, we serve Creator over here. No, we about to go get spiritual. About to invoke the name of Creator and look, focus on the outcome that we want. And I'm going to keep saying not guilty. But for all that jury to come, not no hung jury, not no split jury, unanimous. When I went out there and got bow-legged in the shoulders, went out in the hallway, I told my other nephew, get up, we got to go outside. Went out there in the hallway, ooh. They was like, dang, I say, book my man, look, book nephew out of there. I told y'all he ain't do that. I told y'all he ain't do that. Y'all, we caught the detectives lying, all of it. You dig? They played the interrogation. The medical examiner came in there, look, and caught the detect in his lie. I said, oh, good night. You dig? Fasting, praying, sackcloth. You dig? Not guilty. Know this is in the hands of the Creator. You know what I mean? This is in the hands of the Creator. And all 12 of them came back. And 11 of them are white folk, Europeans. Unanimous decision. And I got bow-legged in the shoulders. You dig? I asked Creator to show up, and he ain't just show up, boy. Well, you talking about Missouri. Look, we live in Missouri. We call it Missouri, but we live in a state where the Peckerwoods call it Missouri. Huh? It's still Confederate flags flying around this deal. What is we talking about? You know what I mean? Boy, as created to confound, man, I asked the creator to confound the jury. Man, came back unanimous. Man, I got up and flexed so hard. Boy, and then it was a big profile case, so everybody started piling in the room that worked in the courthouse. I'm looking like even the police started filing. I'm like, what's going on? You dig? So thank y'all for y'all prayers, man. You dig, and support. And for those that's close to the situation, hey, I salute you, brothers, you dig, and sisters, for not giving up on nephew, man. Because if you know him, you know he ain't good for that. You know he ain't good for that. You know what I mean? You dig? So no, it's all in the creator's hands. I believe that and know that I just saw it. I just saw it happen. I said, ooh, we, good night. Good night. And we definitely gonna tell our people, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I talked to Cal P. I was on the phone with Cosmo and Cal the night before. You know what I mean? Even Cal P, I told him what was going on. He was like, nah, bro. It sounds like he finna get off there. I said, watch. You did. And show is boo-boo stink, boy. Show is boo-boo stink. You know what I mean? Dig. So I'll pray. Let me show y'all this before we get up out of here. Show y'all this before we get out of here. So many people ain't giving up on nephew, man. Even heard some of the ops talking crazy. Did, but when that unanimous decision came in, boy, I told NehemiYAH, send that message out to everybody. What is we talking about here? You know what I mean? You talking about here. All right, so this right here is the Book of Wars Against Yahweh. Chapter 6 is real short. I'm going to show y'all, going back to the title, Messiah in the Nazarene Gospel says the Creator has raised up witnesses to the truth in every nation and in every age. Let me show y'all based off this. All right. The Oira, the 4 angels. All right, now listen, these angels are Etherian angels. They are high-raised angels. All right. All right, it's 4 angels from the highest heavens that the Creator sent to be with Abraham, to be with Pope, to be with Awata over in America, and to be with Bruckman in India. See? So Abraham was inspired by a high-raised Etherian angel to teach what he taught and do the mighty works he did. All right, same with Poe, who we just read over in China. He was inspired by a high-raised Etherian angel. You understand? To teach what he taught and do the mighty work he was doing. When we get into Bruckma the next time and Iwata, you dig, and China and all them, you're gonna see the same thing. All right. The Oira, the 4 angels with their thousands of assistant angels. So each angel that was with them had thousands of assistants. Dwelt on earth with the faithless. Inspired them in peace and rites and ceremonies. Inspired them in prayers and psalms and sacred dances. Dwelt with them day and night. Talked to their spirits when they slept. Led them by inspiration to happy marriages, so that they might beget offspring capable of the voice. Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? These angels and their thousands of assistants was with Abraham. You understand? Was with Poe, was with Bruckma, was with Iwata, and anybody that ever came with the light of the Creator. Yahshua, anybody. Moses. You understand? Look at this right here. It said right here. And in each of the 4 countries, the faithist. Now, when you're faithist, my Nazarene Essene brothers, that's who we are. We're the faithist. These are those who follow the same teaching and understanding that the Essenes and Nazarenes was already rocking with. All right, but it wasn't just in our locality of the earth. You got faithists in India who ain't getting down with the Orthodox religion and the idolatry in India. You got faithists in China who not getting down with the idolatry and the Orthodox religion in China. You got faithists in Egypt, faithists in Greece, and even faithists in America. You understand? And these are those who have the light of the Creator, and it's the same basic understanding. Worship only Creator, Righteous works done unto others is how you serve and worship the Creator, and that's how you graduate and raise up and grade as well. And don't be killing no animals and chewing on no loin meat, chewing on no animal sandwiches. All right. Also, all these brothers and sisters was against bloodshed, warfare, whether you participating in warfare or betting on. All right. They was against all the sacrifices. You understand? They was peaceful people. Right. And it was against capitalism. They lived communally. They lived together and shared all their resources. All right. And studied creation. They were highly advanced. These were your scientists of the day. These were your healers. You understand? Now look at this. And in each of the 4 countries, the faiths became as bands of brothers and sisters. Shout out to my sisters, man. Shout out to my sisters. You understand? Striving to be righteous, striving to be daughters of the Creator. Y'all see this? Bands became as bands of brothers and sisters. And there came to them from the king's peoples tens of thousands. So even the king's peoples are seeing how powerful the faiths are. Tens of thousands who joined them, living as faiths, casting their wealth into the priest's hands for the benefit of the poor. Y'all see that? Same thing we read in Acts chapter 2. Same thing we read in Acts chapter 4. What everybody do, they came, brought their possessions and laid them at the apostles' feet. And then guess what the apostles did? Distribute all the possessions based off the necessities of everybody in the community. So now we're seeing the king's people by tens of thousands come join the faiths in our communities. And guess what they coming with? Their wealth. And they give all their wealth up, and their wealth is supposed to be for the benefit of the poor or benefit of the community. What's the evil about that? Look at this. In 200 years, there were in Japheth 3 million faiths. Do y'all hear this? 3 million? Y'all, Japheth is Asia. And you'd have thought all that, you'd have thought, like, just based off where we at right now, you'd have thought, oh, no, the Chinese always been eating bat soup and chewing on bats. You ain't understanding. You dealing with the Orthodox, those is into the false gods. You ain't dealing with the peaceful lovers of Creator who live in communities in the territories of Japheth. There was 3 million of them. There was 3 million of them who followed the teachings of Poe, who had to line a light on him from the Creator. All right. So in Asia or Japheth, 3 million faiths. In Arabia, which is Northeast Africa, which the Essenes would have been a part of this one, there were 2 million faiths. In Venue, which is India, there were 4 million faiths. In Guatemala, which is America, there were 1 million faiths. Do y'all hear this? 3, 2, 4. 3 and 2 is 5, and 4 is 9. And what, y'all, we talking about 10 million faiths in the earth when Poe, Abraham, Iwata, and Brahma had the light of the Creator on them in those different localities of the earth at the same time. We numbered in the millions, 10 of them exactly. 10 million faiths, who have the light of the Creator on them in a dark world. Y'all see that? Look at this. But the faiths were mostly poor people and inhabited many far-apart regions. Yeah. Y'all, because remember, we don't own that. Look at this. But the king's people were rich, had large cities, and an abundance of elephants, horses, camels, asses, and cheetahs. The faiths had little learning as to books and instruments for measuring the stars, moon, and sun. They derived their knowledge from the angels of the Lords. The faiths, or in Arabia, or what we call the land of Canaan, faiths were the Essenes, right? And the Nazarenes, correct? And everybody knows that the Essenes and the Nazarenes were in what? Communication with the angels. The knowledge and the light that these brothers had in all these localities, Arabia, Northeast Africa, Venue, India, Japheth, China, which is Asia. You understand? Guatemala, which is America, all the way over here. You see, all them, all these people, all these brotherhoods, you understand, had the lion and light of Creator on them, and they were persecuted for the most part. And then after they got persecuted and came to do what they did, then the false gods raised up false emissaries, took on some of their names and spun off a false doctrine as if this is what they were teaching. See that? That ain't the truth. All right. All these brotherhoods, which include the sisters, were in communion with the angels. All right. The angels are highly advanced and highly raised one-time mortals who lived on a physical world, who are there to raise you up. So the angels are given the faith, is the knowledge concerning the cosmos, not books of men, not the telescopes of men. It was the angels. You see, and we all know in the Essene literature, we got plenty of angel communion, spiritual communion. Now look at this. The faith, this knowledge pertain mostly to perfecting the soul. But the knowledge of the king's people pertain mostly to earthly matters and to the gratification of self. See, so it's not the same. All right. Faith is spiritual communion. Learn everything they need to know about the spirit realm, the unseen realm, the cosmos, and the earth from the angels, who've been in the realm way longer, who are highly trained, highly raised, and are there to raise you up so you can be a bride and bridegroom of Yahweh, and so you can experience your inheritance, which is the emancipated heavens. In my Father's house of many mansions. That's what Messiah told you. You see, but this ain't book. This don't come from books. It comes from spirit communion. They're dealing with the angels who are in league with Creator. Right? And you'll know, because guess what? Any angel, any man, or any spirit come holler at you and tell you, bow before me. I'm your Creator. You tell them they breath stink. You understand? You know why you tell them that? Because you can't see Creator. Creator is a spirit. Can't see Creator. He's all in all. Creator's all in all. Ever was, always was, is, and ever shall be. The Creator. So ain't no seeing him like you see me. You understand? Ain't no seeing the Creator like you see. You know what I mean? That's Lil Willie in them. That's Lil Willie. You dig? That's Lil Willie. Nah, ain't no seeing Creator like you see me streaming. Nah. Creator's all in all. Always was, is, and ever shall be. The mighty Yahweh. You understand? So all praise, glory, and honor. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, the Creator. You understand? All right, shout out to all my brothers and sisters. Bless up. And serving Creator is simple. All right? Understand you worship none but Him, and you praise and show your true worship to Creator by the righteous work you do to others, whether you know them or not. And that's how you show that you one of the Creator's sons or daughters. It's by the righteous work that you do for others. The less you include self, the more you include others. You understand? And also purity of body. I know a lot of people didn't want to hear that a year and a half ago, but stop chewing on animal sandwiches. Yes, the Creator has never ordained for you to be chewing on loin meat. Huh? Chewing on bone gristle. Hold on, brother. Don't we got the, ain't that in the Bible? I'm not asking you, Nick Rose, if you can read. I know you can read. You understand? What we saying is it's time to question certain things that's written because it's not right and exact. It don't line up. You understand? That may be blasphemy to some of y'all, but that's the truth. Everything don't line up. So if it don't line up, then we got to question that. See what I'm saying? Everything don't harmonize and everything is not cohesive. So we got to question that. Oh, wait, I see y'all in the building. Okay. I got something for y'all too, though. All right. Let's go ahead and pray on out. Let's go ahead and pray on out, son. Let's go ahead and pray on out, son. Any questions, though? Anybody got any questions? Any questions? It's all good. Anybody want to come on real quick? I can drop the link in the chat. But if not, then I'm just going to go get with these short leggers again and make sure I get them together. All right, what we're going to do is I got that right there. Wow. All right. That's my sister, gorgeously designed. Salute. Salute. I salute you, my sister. In the name of the Creator, I salute you. Absolutely. Stay on the neck of these false gods. Hit the God body. You already know. Bless up. All right. Okay, I got you. Nee, I got you. Matter of fact, if you can, send me your actual channel. Send it to me. Like, copy and paste your channel and email it to me on HonorandHumilitySTL. And then we get it done. All right. Bang, bang, bang. David Brown, when do you keep the Sabbath? Well, we can tell you the Sabbath ain't Friday, sundown, or Saturday, sundown. I can tell you that much. You know what I mean? What we thought was true concerning that has easily been shot out the water. You dig? We dealing with Enoch calendars right now, so 364 days. It would be every Wednesday. So tomorrow, tonight, the evening to tomorrow evening. But there's more information we just received also with that, to where we be looking back into the moon cycles and all that. So really the jury is still out with me, you dig? But I can tell you with a certainty as of right now, the Shabbat is not Friday, sundown, or Saturday, sundown. All right. All right, I can tell you that much. All right, right now I'm looking over moon cycles and different things, you understand? And to see if it line up. See if it line up. A lot of my Essene Nazarene brothers is observing Shabbat tomorrow. All right. I'm observing that tomorrow. And if I come on tomorrow, you're gonna be hearing Shabbat Shalom. You dig? Salute. It's all good. We all on this journey together, man. We getting there. We getting there. Believe that, know that. All right. And trip off this. We ain't had nothing from you. We ain't had nothing from you. Look at Chantel in the building. Chantel, my beloved sister, bless up. How you and your family? Blessings to you and your family, Chantel. Chantel been around for a minute. Blessings to Chantel. Chantel Prescott. And your entire family. Double honors to your husband and your children. All right. All right. All right. I see you in the building. Anybody else got something? Cosmo and Kyle, Sila, y'all want to come on real quick? Let me know. Look at Stephanie. I ain't there yet. No doubt, sis. You already know. I ain't seen you in a minute, but blessings to your family. Believe that. Believe that, know that. Bless up. All right, I don't see nothing. See any questions unless they're on the phone. All right. All right, well, look, I'm going to go ahead and jump on over here real quick. Let me share this. Let's go ahead and y'all gotta quiet your spirits and trip off this real quick. I thought this was interesting when I read it. Hold on. I thought this was real interesting. Sure. All right. All right, this is the Book of Bonds Praise. All right. Y'all look this up. Some of y'all got OI Speed, Skyr Spirit. I was reading this though, right? These are the words of bond. Look at this. It says, "Oh Yahweh, who can fashion you with words or show your immensity? Where did your feet stand in the time of creation, or your hand rest? You present and afar, you who are older than time, O Yahweh, you dealer in words. Where can I write the wonder of your name? Oh, if I had a standing place to see you, if I could come to an understanding with my Creator, to find wisdom for my song, a dialogue in the words of the Almighty. Sing to him, O Yahweh, you farthest star, and your boundless firmament, and Neopotis, you brightest shining heavens, which he created. Give the boundary of Yahweh's person, O you universe, you who made me. By your sweet breath, overspread the world with life and song. How shall I render you praise? In your glory, make my speech acceptable? Who has considered the all lights? or found the cause of the brightness of the sun, your great symbol, or the power of your hand that stood him in the midst of heaven, or knows the times of your labor and the birth of your worlds, or counts the stars you have created, yes, or knows the history of the least of all of them. Oh, if I could fashion a thought of your greatness, or conceive the width or the breadth of your arms, you whole compriser, you all perfect, you all perfect, Yahweh. Sing to the all-giver Jehovah. Praise him, O all you people, with great rejoicing, and all you living that dwell on the face of the earth, and you young that are skipping and playing, and you birds that caroll to the Almighty. His seed is sown abroad. His fruit springs from stones that are molded to dust. Ooh-wee. In the waters of the earth and in the herb of the earth, Yahweh has spoken. In the waters of the earth and in the herb of the earth, Yahweh has spoken. Come forth and live, oh, you that swim and you that fly in the earth. The great spirit has touched the fountains of the deep. The air of heaven is peopled with his breath. The song of everything that lives proclaims you, Yahweh. You, the person of all persons. Oh, if I could sum up the multitude of their songs and rejoicings. What a world of testimony in your praise. All my life I would sing them over and over. You quickener into life. You all Father who has counted your inventions and the multiplicity of your living creatures. Open the way, O earth, for the songs of his beloved. Listen and rejoice because of the glee of his household. They shall dance forever before the Almighty. Stir them up with love and caresses, O Father. Show them the splendor of your creations. Perfect in the glow of your firelight.